It can go one better than North Korea in a battle over photographs taken by orbiting satellites.
Earlier this week, North Korea released a grainy black and white image of the South Korean capital, Seoul. Not to be outdone, South Korea has now published a high-resolution colour photograph of the North Korean capital, Pyongyang. Some experts mocked the poor quality of the North Korean picture, to which the sister of the North's leader, Kim Jong-un, responded by likening the critics to chattering sparrows. This seems like a game of one-upmanship, but the contrasting images do appear to show the technological gulf between the two Koreas.
That's a BBC's Michael Bristow. India has begun randomly testing international passengers arriving at its airports for COVID-19, citing an increase in cases in neighboring China. News and analysis, townhall.com. Could this be real? Well, apparently it is. Just ask Porsche.
The automaker is testing a fuel created out of air and wind. Fox News reports highly innovative fuels developed the essentially net zero fuel comprised of air and wind at a wind-powered plant in Chile. A Porsche spokesperson said they recently filled up a vehicle with the fuel, and they believe it can be used in almost any car that runs on gas. But here's the sticking point. It's going to cost you $45 a gallon. The company says the price will drop to a mere $8 a gallon by 2026. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A federal prosecutor says two associates of Sam Bankman-Fried have pleaded guilty to criminal charges in cooperation deals relating to the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX. Bankman-Fried now back in the U.S. from the Bahamas, here to answer charges tied to his role in the stunning failure of FTX. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
Cold out there. Not as cold as tomorrow cold, but cold nonetheless.
Cold out there today. It's cold out there every day.
Right?
Start to
I got you,
day.
babe. Yep. But, happy Thursday.
Yeah. Brace for the chill.
Yeah.
It's a-coming. Winter's coming, you know.
It is, so. But today's actually, no, it's not that. I mean, it's nicer earlier in the week, but we're supposed to, well, actually, no, we're not even getting out of the 30s today.
No?
They were saying we're supposed to be in the 40s yesterday, but now they're saying 36 are high today.
All
so
right.
it ain't really warming up much today either, to be honest.
Yeah, but the real problem is going to be tonight.
Yeah, tonight, our overnight low is expected to be 6.
Oh, man.
With wind chill values as low as -6.
I was reading teens. Like, what I was reading on my weather app was teens. But if the National Weather
Service is saying 6 for our overnight low tonight for Roswell, with a wind chill of -6.
Oh, man.
And our high tomorrow is 26, according to them. So, yeah.
Get ready, kids.
It's going to be cold.
Get the cocoa and the coats.
It's a Cocoa Thursday.
Mm.
And then Loaded Cocoa Friday.
I was thinking just like soup and a sandwich Friday.
Yeah, mater soup and grilled cheese.
I'll tell you what, dude. Soup and a sandwich sounds pretty fan-doggone-tastic on a day like today.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tomato soup with the grilled cheese.
See, I was thinking more along the lines like a a toasted ham and cheddar with like a bisque.
You know what one of my favorite go-to snacks in that vein is? Bagels and New England clam chowder.
Oh, chowder.
And I dip the bagels in the chowder. Yeah, that's my move. My mom did that when I was a young lad, and ever since then. Like, she would, of course, no, she'd never make clam chowder. It was always buying the can of chunky clam chowder. As a matter of fact, that's, unless I have it in a restaurant, that's the only clam chowder I really had, because I've never had the gumption to sit down and make it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot that goes into it. I don't think I could.
Well, I have to be back east where I can get fresh clams.
The one thing that throws me off, like every time I've eaten clam chowder, this has happened. You always get that one kind of crunchy piece where it's like,
that's some of the
was
sea.
that a piece of the shell? Yeah, I'm eating some of the sea right now. It's like, what kind of funk am I? Well, okay, the other thing is, I was watching these dudes on YouTube. They went out on a oyster boat, and apparently you can just grow oysters. This dude like puts baby oysters in these little pods and then just throws them out in the sea, and he'll go and collect them once they're full grown.
Well, they have like oyster farms and
yeah,
things like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. It was an oyster farm.
Yeah.
I've never seen it done this way though.
Oh yeah,
I've always thought they would just like sit scuba divers out and you know,
most of the oysters and things you probably eat come up from a farm like that.
Yeah, it was incredibly interesting to watch. But the weird part to me, and I know this is how it's done, but they like out of the sea grabbed these pods, grabbed a few oysters out. He like shucked them right there on the boat, and they just ate it.
Yeah,
like out of the sea.
Yeah,
that's weird, man.
We've done that.
Yeah, I know, but it's
gross.
To my mind, it's weird that you can just like scoop something out of the sea and then put it in your mouth and be fine.
Yeah,
there needs some. I feel like it needs some preparation. I don't know.
A little hot sauce,
right?
It'd be all right. Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm a real stickler for like textures.
Well, it's to be honest, it's no different than walking out into the field and picking a strawberry or something off the tree and eating it. It's the same.
It's very different.
It's really not.
It's very different.
It's really not,
Michael. That's meat. It's different.
When you go,
that's a living thing.
When you go to a bar and you get a dozen oysters on the half shell, they've done the same thing except for the sea ain't right there.
I
they
know,
just
but
pulled them
they
out of
cut
the sea,
out the middleman.
Put it in ice and then shuck them right there. It really, if it's true real oysters, not the frozen jobbers, but real oyster on. Yeah, to be honest, back Maryland, all that. The only difference that separates what you're talking about is about 20 feet of shore dock where the boater pulls up to the restaurant and brings this bushel of oysters to the back of the kitchen there, and then it's no different. No different at all.
Fish pee in that.
If you got that kind of hang up.
I'm just saying. It's like, shouldn't we like...
Have you ever eaten shrimp?
Yes, of
all
course.
Right.
I know.
Deal
but
with it.
Shrimp are at least slightly cooked. They don't come that pink naturally. All right, that's a cooked in pink.
Yeah, you know
they pink when you cook them.
They're
like ballpark Franks. Shrimps, they pink when you cook them.
Well, yeah, that's how they come.
But I don't know. I know that's how it's been done for generations, and far be it for me to question the customs of people. But if
you saw the processing of any of your food, you probably want to eat none of it.
You're not wrong. That's the half. That's how. Oh, you want to destroy yourself for a good solid year? There's a documentary you could watch called "Meet Your Meat." It's rough.
Yeah, is it put out by PETA or something?
It was actually. Yeah, it was a PETA documentary.
Yeah, I figured it.
Yep.
Sounds like a title by PETA.
Yeah, no, I watched it. What happened was I went to a Warped Tour. This is like an 2005 or something like that, and I got a free copy of the DVD, and so I checked it out.
The PETA table was right next to the Philly cheesesteak table.
No, it was next to the second stage, and I wanted to see who was it? Oh gosh,
the Meat Puppets.
No, it was. MXPX. Yeah.
Meat Puppets.
They were on stage 2, and while I was waiting for MXPX, I got lured in by the PETA people.
I think every child around 20 in the early 90s, mid 90s has probably an MXPX sticker from a Vans Warped Tour, because literally I remember the Vans Warped Tour I went to. I had pretty much gotten a sticker from every single band of that was at the Warped Tour, which is pretty much every single band of that genre in that time period. So, anything from MXPX to NoFX.
Yeah, NoFX. I was just gonna say, that was a lot. They were like, oh, I thought I was going to the NoFX concert, the NoFX concert. Dang it!
It was. And I thought, man, I got the inside track and all the good stuff. And it was like, look at all these free sample CDs that I never ever listened to.
See, here's the thing. I was that guy that was like, let's see what they got.
Yeah. There's even a few cassette tapes back.
I want to say
it
was like Atticus Volume 2 or something like that. It was just like a sampler of like every band that was on the second stage.
Oh man, yeah. For all the bands that make it and have huge careers, there's so many bands that do not, or get sort of on the cusp.
Right.
And
they're featured on the soundtrack of like one movie starring DJ Qualls, and they thought, well, this is going to be it for us.
Yeah.
We made it.
Jenny doesn't know.
Oh man.
Let me give the rundown for the show today.
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
I love slipping
such a
in those.
great song.
But even still, never mind. I was going to do a whole diatribe on that. But anyway, does National Lampoon still put out movies? You don't see a National Lampoon movie coming out in been a while.
Maybe they do. If they do,
they go direct to video or whatever.
Yeah, direct to streaming.
Yeah. Maybe there should be a National Lampoon streaming channel, and it just shows all those movies,
all the Lampoon movies,
and then they'll headline with probably the vacation movies. Because of all the National Lampoon movies, I would think the vacation ones are probably by far the biggest. So anyway, let me give you the rundown of the show. We're going to replay our interview we had yesterday with Amy McVeigh-Tejas and Jason Garcia. Santa interviewed him yesterday. Just kind of giving a recap, thanking everyone for a great year at the Historical Society. We're scheduled the folks from Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge to join us next hour. We'll see if they pop in. If not, we'll chit-chat or something. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview with Donna Oracion from ENMUR. She joined us Tuesday. Like today and tomorrow, like the last days, if you want to do any class scheduling or anything before the Christmas break here, then they close everything up at the college. But we talk about that and other stuff as well. Before we do any of that, let's just get it over with and take a look at that weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today. For the overnight hours, down to the single digits with some clouds, and then we'll be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 25 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 79% with winds out of the northeast at 12 miles per hour. Let's see. For today, we do have a wind chill advisory that will take effect at 10 o'clock tonight and remain in effect through 11 a.m. tomorrow. For today, during the day, sunny skies, 36 for a high, northeast winds 10 to 20. Increasing clouds tonight. Like I said, expect that chilly overnight low of 6 with wind chill values as low as -6. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Friday, partly cloudy, high of only 26 tomorrow. Winds will be wind chill values as low as -8 with south winds at around 10 miles per hour. So chilly Friday as well. Friday night, partly cloudy, warmer than tonight, 14 for an overnight low, with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. For your Christmas Eve on Saturday, sunny skies, highs near 40, south winds 5 to 10, and then Christmas Day, sunny skies, highs back near 50, 51 officially. And then if you want to look ahead, by Tuesday of next week, we'll be in the 60s. So short-lived, but a very cold spell coming through. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side, we'll play our interview with the folks from the Historical Society. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Roswell Skin Center is here to provide comprehensive skin care to southeastern New Mexico in a friendly and warm environment. Dr. Cometti and his team continue to offer a full scope of medical and cosmetic dermatology services, from treating skin cancer to helping you look your best. Roswell Skin Center is proud to introduce Anna Ingalls, licensed esthetician who specializes in cosmetic treatments, including laser rejuvenation, hair removal, facials, chemical peels, and more. Anna is accepting new patients, and when you schedule your first treatment, you can receive $50 off and begin earning valuable discounts to be enjoyed throughout the year. Schedule with Anna by calling 575-208-2509, and for more info on our services and rewards, go to roswellskin.com.
For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907 or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
The 2022 basketball season is underway for your Roswell Coyotes and Goddard Rockets, and the place to go to catch all of it is KSVPTV.com.
Goddard, a little pressure here in the half court, and they force the turnover. Great job.
Head for KSVPTV.com and click on the Roswell Coyotes or Goddard Rockets tab to see it all. KSVPTV.com, Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
Good morning. Good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and I wonder if I should just not say nothing and just see, because people on the video will see, but no one will know on the radio now what's going on. So I don't know, but we are joined in studio this morning by Jason Garcia. He's president of the board of directors for the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, and Amy McVeigh-Tejas, executive director, here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I'm Santa now.
You're looking good.
I went back and I
we
said,
invited Santa. Santa was so popular on Thursday for the drive-through. We wanted him to be part of this interview.
Santa was a hit.
Welcome back, Santa. Santa was a hit.
Santa was, I think I took more pictures per capita that day than I have in any other session in my life there. It was fun, but we had a great time. Thank you to everyone that came out and made that special for us.
It was a wonderful event that we had a lot of
absolutely
there, and we can't say thank you enough to everybody who supports us.
Absolutely, yeah. It was really awesome that we had a line of people waiting to when we started it. We actually started a little early because there was a line of people.
We started a little early, and we had people waiting, I think, before 5 o'clock.
We did. We had people lined up, and then we had guys come through on bicycles and on foot.
Yeah, we had some families come walking through, and they were in the neighborhood, and they brought their kids over and came and visited Santa and got candy canes. And
there were beautiful smiles that I will never forget.
Yeah.
Once they turned in, all you saw were these pearly whites with that big old smile. Even from the back seat, you'd see pearly whites just smiling.
Yeah,
yes.
It was happy. And I don't know how many people were just like, oh, well, thank you for doing this for us. And we're like, well, thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
For those individuals that were not able to attend, every year we generally do a Christmas open house. And this year we wanted to do something a little different, a little fun. And so we did a drive-through, and it was just our way of saying thank you to the community for their support.
Absolutely.
And just in celebration of the holidays. And I think most importantly, we want to be a beacon of light. We've said that through the COVID locking down, and it hasn't stopped. That was always our intention. But through a beacon of light, there's some amazing people that we want to say thank you to that have really helped us be a beacon of light.
We have, quite frankly, if it wasn't for these people, the Historical Society probably wouldn't be in existence.
For sure. And to no surprise, XL Energy was part of it. Surprise, surprise. No pun intended. They help us.
Well, they got to help us out so we can pay the bill. And they use a lot of lights.
Those lights are amazing.
That's right. But since the early 1900s, they've been part of lights.
Yeah,
and they have gone beyond the call of duty to help us. So
it's actually a little cheaper now because they're all LED and more efficient. So back in the day, man.
They last a little bit longer.
But our Beacon of Light story did start a couple of years ago during COVID, and thanks to John LeMay making a conversation with Jess McDaniels. Jess McDaniels and his amazing team really have helped us be a beacon of light through our amazing trees, and we can't thank Jess enough. I know they're so busy, and talking about being a beacon of light, he certainly is. Him and his family light up the whole
I don't know how he does
north side of the
To be honest, I don't know how he, because I'm pretty busy. And he's 10 times busier than I am, and he does all. I just, I'm like, how does he pull this off? But
I want to know how many light bulbs are in his in his operation.
Well, and
at some point you think you get sick of it, right?
Yeah,
or just like.
Well, it was so funny because when I had to drive up to get his sign to put in ours, and I'm looking at all of his cords. I'm not going to lie, I was probably on camera. I was just kind of looking around.
Yeah, I'm thinking through like September through December. Does he do anything other than deal with light?
Well, and thank you to his elves or staff or helpers, including Eddie. Eddie, we couldn't thank Eddie enough.
Absolutely.
His helper that has come back, and he literally stayed there day and night to literally get it perfect.
Yep.
And it really has been amazing. And I love to get we get voicemails saying, we were driving through and your lights are amazing. That's amazing. And I think on a somber note, we certainly wanted to be a beacon of light as Mary Lou Glass was. And in honor of her through the candles in the windows, we really want to be a beacon of light in honor and celebration of her dedication and commitment of being the Energizer Bunny of the Circle.
We've had kind of a rough year in terms of losing friends and things. And she was our most recent and hopefully last of 2022.
Yes, hopefully last.
But yes, that's a huge loss to our community with her. And we do appreciate her and her family and what they do for the Historical Society. So when you see those candles in the windows at the museum, that's our tribute to her.
That is right. Ironically, she donated those in loving memory of my mother, ironically. And Vivian Lokeems was a volunteer that went beyond the call of duty. And they're honest. Having a Christmas without David Peshk on our property is not.
Another we lost early in the year.
It's not. And his mindset of electrical cords will forever be missed because my brain just didn't work. And Jason's like, why aren't we equipped the way we are? Well, David's not here. That's why. No, but we will be, and we learn, and all those blessings. I think the important thing we need to realize is don't take your angels at your companies or whatever for granted, those silent heroes that do those things. Like when Jason's saying, where are our cords and extension cords? Well, that was in the mindset of David. He just always had our back with things like that, and Mary Lou. But
that's when you really appreciate. You don't realize how much you appreciate people like that until they're no longer with us, and the things they do isn't visible
Validate
anymore.
those little things and show things.
The greatest gift we ever have are people like that just silently, quietly do things.
Yes.
And many times go thankless for it or unrecognized in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Sure. And we don't realize how important that role is until they're gone, and we're like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
We're so underappreciated what this person was doing at that time.
So our angels right now, that everything you just said, our angels, Fred Boggs, he probably doesn't want to be referred to that, but Fred, thank you for all you do. Fred, there's usually not a day that Fred is not there.
Fred is just a blessing that we just didn't realize that he just shows up and does stuff.
So. His passion for the Historical Society and
goodness.
Yeah.
Well, how much of it is like his wife don't let him do stuff at the house no more? Says,
whatever the reason, we'll take it.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening, don't worry about what's in our refrigerators. His Christmas blessing. Don't worry about it. It brings a smile to his face, and he has a blessing. And you know what? He has blessings in the refrigerator and the freezer now.
Nice.
And you know what? The more you bless the Historical Society, let me be very clear. The more you bless us, and I've heard you say it on the radio, there are blessings.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Whatever your blessing is, we're going to be blessing. So,
absolutely.
And Jane Anglin has been our silent hero, Miss Everything.
Oh, boy.
Our thoughts and prayers are for Sugar. I believe Sugar's back in Roswell.
Oh.
And let's just lift
we're
up.
Getting good news
we
going
have
on.
some silent angels that have had a hard holiday. So let's pray. And before I forget, Santa, one of your very best friends.
Yes.
That moved here from California. I hope you're listening. Gary.
Lovely family.
Gary, Gary, ironically, was our Santa. So let's just visualize Mike being dressed up as Gary. We got blessings.
He's actually Santa. I'm just a guy in a suit.
See, and you're the guy in the suit. I have been blessing every day for weeks. His intent with him and his lovely wife that has been under the weather was for us to be Secret Santa, blessing those that bless us.
Yes.
How many did you tell?
I'm over 50.
Yeah, it's
so
been
I'm
amazing.
over 50, 55. Literally, even our Secret Santa, or all of our scholarship recipients, they got goodie bags.
Oh, nice.
Thanks to Santa.
How great is
that? New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy scholarship winners Jonathan Chavis and Dylan Cochran, $750 scholarship, still got a goodie bag thanks to Santa.
Awesome.
They did wonderfully on there.
Juan Carlos Marquez, Israel Maldonado, Michaela Hernandez, Arilla Vega, Ismael Rios, and Emily Rodriguez all got scholarships and goodie bags thanks to Secret Santa.
How cool
There were
is that?
some additional applicants that we wanted to make sure that every cadet that went beyond the call of duty and applied got something.
I'll tell you, it was a difficult
Oh
process
my
to screen and rank order.
That's the hard part.
my
They all
gosh.
did great, and they all have
They're
amazing stories.
amazing. So I get goosebumps thinking about it because I know a couple of stories. They're already struggling. They're
Yes.
already battling. So the additional applicants that didn't get scholarships, thanks to Secret Santa,
They did get something.
got gift cards.
That's nice.
So
How nice
it
is
really, really from kids.
How cool is that?
I think we've given
gentleman does
gift
this.
cards to families and kids, like little kids that from the age of 5 up to 90. From high school students to everybody, and they're saying, "Why did you do this?" And I said, because our angel wanted to. Why did he do that? And I said, that is the gift of giving.
Sure.
And I'm going to do literally what he asked, and you just have the outfit on literally.
Yeah, but he's the person that really deserves the credit and deserves the
Yes,
because
absolutely.
he's and here's the thing, and many people like him. The fact that we're talking about him probably
He's
does not
going to
make,
be.
not happy about it.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I don't care. He deserves that.
No.
He
Appreciation
deserves
is
that
there for sure.
because you're changing lives in this community.
Yes,
And if no one else will do it, thank you.
And
Thank you,
during
thank
his
you.
hard times, and really hard times with his wife, really being ill, they were blessing when they were at the hospital being frustrated. We were blessing for them. And I want to challenge people that have more than most and means. Be a Santa. Be
Absolutely.
a Santa to your silent heroes around here, whatever they're doing. You can be a hero and just be helping outside.
Absolutely.
Inside
Well, that's
or
just it.
anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, gentlemen like him inspire others, and
They
you don't have to
do.
be like him and give that because most of us don't have that much to
no,
give.
that's right.
But it's a little thing, little gestures, making
the participation, the volunteerism, it takes a little bit of your
Absolutely.
time, doesn't
Yes.
necessarily
Yes.
cost you a lot.
serving and some, I
Yes.
know, we're in the holidays here, and the community kitchen and various
Yes.
other places are going to be doing
Yes.
things for the holidays. Roll up your sleeves and
Yes.
volunteer at them. Just spend a couple hours during the
a
Christmas
couple of
break
hours
For
would be
sure.
great.
and doing your part. If all of us did one simple thing like
Yes.
that, even if it's just saying, you know what, here's a whole bunch of a bag of non-perishable food items to drop off at Harvest
Yes.
Ministries or something
Yes.
or wherever,
Or helping CASA, and they're always needing donations because they have the little shop
Or
that
the
they have
refuge,
extra.
or
Yes.
any of these
or if
places.
you just see a need, don't turn the blind eye. I think the thing that I've learned through being the Secret Santa and trickling, I was buying gift cards, and this woman's like, "Why are you buying so many gift cards?"
Don't worry about
and
it.
I was, don't worry. And
That's what I say.
But when I told her, she said, "Oh, that's so wonderful."
Yeah.
Or a Secret Santa like Alfredo Garcia and his family that would not want to be hurt. He's our IT guy. When I was working at 9 o'clock at night, he said, "Amy, what are you doing this for?" I said, "We're giving scholarships." Thanks to him and his family, they added $500 scholarship.
How cool is that?
It's the trickle effect. Now, he has more than some others, whether it's pennies. And by the way, through our drive-through, we made over $250
That's great.
in change in coins.
That's amazing.
That's a reminder.
And that's all goes towards
and
stuff at the...
one little couple just had a quarter. Okay, we love the quarter. We love the quarter. We love the penny. We love the 20.
Thank
we
you.
love all of it. But
Yes.
it adds up. So don't think your little can impact.
No.
And Jason and I privately, together with this organization in our private time, we just don't turn up a blind eye.
It's because it really is the sentiment, the gesture of caring and being a part of the community. And sure,
there's so much negativity going on that we're just not going to be distracted by that.
No, we're not.
That's one of our
Absolutely
goals
not.
for this next year is just to bring a beacon of light, like Amy said. And we're going to focus on the positive things.
Rise above the nonsense.
How do you combat
to work
evil?
together
You kill it
for
with
the
kindness.
good.
Yeah,
well, we're
there's
going to
way
work
too much of
together
that.
for
We're
the
not
good.
going to focus on that.
Well, we're going to work together. And by the way, and before I forget, the night of the drive-through, after we went home, I did text Andrea. I know Andrea's listening.
Yes.
I said, Andrea, I don't know which was more of a hit. Your parents blessing us, because, by the way, I did text her like late at night saying, please, Kremlin family, can you bless us with your amazingness of lights? Because we've already had like 15,000, so they put us through there. I don't know how many lights we have.
Well,
I told her this, Mike, I said, I don't know which was more of a hit, your parents and your family blessing us with a fire truck, or Mike being Santa. It's a toss-up, because they're
I'm going to give the nod to the fire truck.
The fire truck was.
But Mike, and by the way, we entered some pictures into the Christina Stock of the Roswell Daily Record. We entered some pictures into the holiday gift photo contest.
Oh.
And that's a double blessing because one of our pictures we entered is Santa and the fire truck.
Oh, nice.
You are one of the smallest Santas I've ever seen.
I am. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a mini Santa.
You're like a really physically fit Santa.
Well, no, physically fit. I got a Dunlap, but.
True. Absolutely.
We'll come say pint-sized
That's
Santa.
right. Biscuititos. Huge thank you to El Toro Bravo Bakery.
I'll eat more of those for next year to get more Santa-like.
That'll help.
That's true. Can you give some extra Biscuititos, Santa? We need to bulk up a little
That's
bit.
right.
Bulk up.
This thing is a little loose. I got
You do have some room to grow. See, more comfort.
The belt. I needed assistance because it's too big. So
That's
next year I
right.
got to fatten up a
That
little
is
bit.
exactly. Danielle Gonzalez Photography, life and events can't be. They just can't happen without Danielle
Absolutely.
Gonzalez. So it's huge thank you. She's another one of our silent heroes.
Well, and she's served on our
does so
board
much.
for years.
She has
and then,
served. She's a servant.
And
she's still serving.
And she's still
She
serving,
is
not as a board
serving.
member, but yes, she's now in a part where she's growing her business, growing her thing, and doing that. But she continues to serve the historical
So
society
many
while she's
people
doing
of our
her thing.
extended family,
Yeah.
whether you're Steve Harris blessing us, helping us with our investments,
Yeah.
these people have served on the board and they're continuing to serve in the means of however they can do to help.
Absolutely.
We're just eternally grateful. Very, very quickly, Troy Hayes. He's a silent hero. But those scholarships were made possible by Troy Hayes, the Garcia family, and Character Counts and Chevis County Health Council. That's important. They're a new part of our family, and they help make those scholarships possible.
Awesome.
And I want to remind people, we want to remind people, just because we're giving scholarships doesn't mean we're throwing money out the windows and secret Santas and we have all this money to give. When people
It's
give
earmarked.
money, earmarked or intentional, we will spend every money and we'll try to make $2 out of one if that's possible.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but
If we
at the
can,
end of the day, yes.
money is there
When
for
people
that.
say we're setting up scholarship funds, we don't use that money. Oh, great.
No,
That's roof money. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not what
No.
it's. We earmark all of that separate. We have, funds and things we do to raise money, and so like when you come to our heritage dinners and some of that money will help a roof.
And when
or
we get
two,
donations, often
yeah.
it's specifically designated right off the bat from the donor. So
Yes. It's
So
not
we
an option.
so we get
we take
get
it-
blessings from the Hayes family and some of these other families we're talking about here. And every penny that they say we want to pay forward, we are the. And to be honest, the Hayes family is kind of they do all the donating and the historical society really gets all the credit for that. And
It's true.
And we thank
All in
now,
honor of Linda
Now,
Hayes.
in all fairness, the historical society goes through a headache of a time trying to decide who's going to be the right. It is a mind.
it's challenging,
heart-wrenching, difficult decision.
horrible.
It is not easy
It's
in any
horrible.
way, shape, or form.
It is. It's probably
But
the hardest thing.
we are so thankful that we're able to make, and to be honest, the Hayes family and others help out quite a bit by saying, well, maybe we can get a little more money for this person. They really deserve it. Maybe we can. They're always
How
working
many
with us saying, you sure we can't
times?
squeeze a little more money for this kid?
You just want to give them all something.
We've had ties.
Mm-hmm.
We've had things that happened, and the Linda Hayes legacy
Mm-hmm.
just blesses us. So if you're listening and have high school seniors, yes, we will be giving out high school scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
That information should come out at the end of January. Those scholarships will be for any high school, local, senior, whether you're homeschooled, private schooled, locally, whether that's Artesia, whether it's Fort Sumner, whether it's New Mexico, this part of New Mexico, wherever.
Right.
We want to be a beacon of light in that manner too.
Absolutely.
And I don't know the total on that. We're working on getting more. If you want to be a part of giving, and if you want to do something, man, for like your end of the year donation, wouldn't that be amazing if we got more scholarship money?
Yeah.
We need the
use this as
money
the
for
conduit.
operating costs. I'm not going to lie, we do.
Yeah.
But we also need it for scholarships. And
Absolutely.
if that's what you want to do, and you want to be a beacon of light through us, honoring our local treasures, we're all in. And that's a hard thing when we can't give to all these amazing kids.
Sure.
But we do work diligently with other organizations like Leadership Roswell, with the Teen Leadership Institute, to allow as many opportunities to these kids as possible.
Well, and I mean,
We'll partner
with just all the youth stuff, and and for folks that don't know, that Amy, she wears multiple hats, and one of her other big passions is character counts and things like that. So,
hey, ladies and gentlemen, do we not need a little character?
yeah,
right now?
but you tie the two together, and I think it's an amazing thing. And this
Extremely
is where,
well.
because Historical Society and character counts, though different end games, different goals, share a lot of the same values and ideals. Why not spread that together? Because character counts is all about spreading that character in those 6 pillars.
and
I know we start at the youth level, but quite frankly, there should be an adult version of character counts too.
There really should.
Well, it's so
And I
important for us
hear
to
that.
partnership together with
Yes.
this and spread the dollar.
And I hear that all the time, but Tim Fuller and I, we graduated together. We want to give back to the community. We would want nothing more than to have that little character counts logo in every building, in every business, in every school. And you know what? Quite frankly, I think the challenge is on more for adults.
Yeah.
We're for reflection of leadership.
I think there
Honestly,
should be. I think there should be an adult auxiliary. Like
we need, and we do need. And if you want to get involved, call Tim Fuller or I. Yes. Through
Shouldn't everybody
history.
be wearing a bow tie?
Yes, we should all be wearing
We
bow
should,
ties.
absolutely.
in
That's
honor
our
of Judge
unofficial
Jones.
symbol of
That's exactly
character
right.
counts here in Chaves County.
We
so.
we really should be, and and as a matter of fact, our scholarship winners, they always get bow ties, and they know what that means. So, on a final note, and I know time's running short.
We got a few minutes.
Memberships.
I'm getting a little
our
warm.
memberships. We're working hard.
Santa suit is warm and toasty.
Don't forget to renew your membership or get that. You can be a member of the Historical Society for as
Absolutely.
minimal as $30.
This is a great way to support. If you want to make us work a little bit,
Yes.
which we're happy to do. But if you want to make us work for the money a little bit, there's a couple ways you can do that. One is becoming a member, like Amy says. We have various levels. You can sign up individually. You can sign up as a couple or a corporation or a family, or there's multiple levels of sponsorship. You can also, we can sell you stuff.
Somebody came in just the other day, Raul Aston. Hello, if you're listening, amazing. He came in and, shopping around. We'll gift wrap. We can get autographs. We've got herd prints. I've been sending out herd prints. Herd prints are a great
They're a beautiful
Christmas gift. We have a variety, and we can ship them out. As a matter of fact, we can ship them out today.
And that
I was
family's been so
surprised.
generous
It's
in
amazing.
allowing us to do that over the years.
Yes. So we've
another
got
great
herd
partnership.
prints,
Yeah.
and we've got memberships. You can even get a gift card. You can make a donation in honor and memory, or just in honor and celebration of different clubs, organizations, people. And all
Quick question, with the holidays being here. Is it possible to get tours during the Christmas break?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if we had volunteers available or not.
We do.
So,
We absolutely
if you want to make
do.
this work that way,
yes,
we will give you a private tour over the Christmas. You want to sign up with your family in town? We'll have some volunteers to
If
come.
you're
Just ask for a
listening,
donation, and we'll give you.
I'm going to give you my cell phone number because I am running around. You all know how my crazy life. Text me. This is the easiest way to set up a tour or a family photo. We've been doing a lot of family photos.
Yeah, it's a
to bring the
beautiful-
family in, take the family
Absolutely.
photo, and then get a quick tour. Text me at 575-915-4471, and we will make that happen. We've done it in the morning. We've done it at night. We'll work on the weekends. Sometimes we have a little bit of challenge.
Yeah.
We have some people that are sick, but we'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
One way or another.
And think of us like it's a great time this time of year because of the holidays and the lights and the Christmas, but come check back in the spring if you want some more photos too, because equally beautiful time is when the flowers are in bloom
green.
and the garden club comes out and does their thing.
There you go.
And so I would say it's a toss-up between those two times of year. When's the best time of year to? It's kind of
they're all good.
Yeah,
so
they're
just
all,
come by.
But those are the best in between the fall. When everything's burnt out and brown
Yes, and if you have a green thumb, huge thank you to Peggy Naranjo Smith and Renata and Vicki Thompson in the Morning Garden Club. Even if you have a green thumb and you're not part of a garden club, give us a call.
Yeah.
We can get you involved working on our grounds. We'd love to beautify that.
And then we thank them very much because it all helps us do our
absolutely.
thing.
Home Morning Garden Club. That's the legacy.
Another blessing that we love in those partnerships that.
And they're there when nobody else knows, and they're not signing in. They're not getting hours. They're just doing the right thing that needs to be done, and we thank them.
Well, and that's what I love about getting involved in your passion. That's what I talk about. Those folks love gardening. They love to plant. That's what they love doing. So now they're able to do something they love in a way that's giving back.
Exactly.
That's all we got to do.
And
is find your thing you love.
If we have a question, you just call Roswell Seed and the Gills, and they're going to answer and tell you exactly what to do. And they're a continued supportive historical society, and they'll even drive by and tell you. So we can partner those things together. Talk about legacy. That's a giving legacy at Roswell Seed, Roswell Livestock. People, Miss Rogers, I was thinking, she's one that never stopped giving to us, and we're eternally grateful for that family. Those are legacies that just...
you wonder what the fabric of this community would be like had they not been there. Roswell Seed or
the Seeds and the XLs and the Livestock and the Judge Jones and all the Mary Lou Glass.
And you wonder.
Those legacies.
I'm glad we don't have to wonder, but you kind of wonder. It's like, what would this community be?
But let's not take for granted now that some of them are gone. We need others to step up in the light
like
in honor of them.
I mean, what about our downtown Main Street? Would that look the same?
Oh, my goodness. And all of our...
I don't know.
The Dusty Huckabees of the world that now we're blessed to have his amazing wife. That's that continued legacy of giving. But we just want to, on behalf of the Historical Society, huge thank you to every individual that's helped us to be where we are today. But like Jason said, we're going to rise above all circumstances, no matter what, to work together for the good. Absolutely. Through character and impacting history to celebrate the youth.
And we'd love for more folks to get involved. By the way, we're always looking for volunteers. If you want to volunteer to be a docent or do some of if you love giving tours, you love history, or love
kind of thing.
You want to get involved, or if you want to volunteer, I know there's always looking for more help in the archives and various other places where they need some brute force or some manual labor from time to time.
We can find something for you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. and
that list is like Santa's list.
But there's perks. I'm telling you, there's perks. Because Amy's always blessed me with gifts. You can't walk out of there without something in your mouth or something.
Including biscuititas. If you call and want to be a volunteer today, I still have biscuititas.
But you kind of get the peel back of the curtain and get to see the archives facility and see the amazing treasures that aren't necessarily available to the public sometimes.
That's right, for sure.
And, or at least not, unless you make a request for it.
That's
something like that. And so... that's kind of the perk too. If you want to see some history and help out and be part, that's coming out to be a docent or coming to work in the archives.
Or if you're a retired educator wanting to get involved in the planning of fourth grade school tours. By the way, that's coming up in the spring. If you've retired and want to get a little bit involved with that,
we love more volunteers because we're going to have
those goodie
a lot of fourth graders come through over that month there. And
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work.
It is. Yes.
Go to RoswellNMHistory.org. Check out our website. There, if you want to get your Peter Hurd prints or books from all of our local authors, past and present, that we still have.
See the next blood drive, things coming up.
Yeah, go there. And, of course, if you want to become a member or say you want more information about renting the archive facility for your business meeting or party or whatever you've got there. It comfortably seats about 75. It's got a full kitchen. It's really, it's got a nice historic decor flair to it.
And if you're inside during the holidays, enjoy our video. If you haven't enjoyed that, put our name into YouTube or there's a link on our website. Enjoy the video and other links. Fun videos.
Yeah. Definitely, and thank you to every single person that has supported the Historical Society, whether it's you just coming out for one of our events or donations or volunteering or just becoming a member. Whatever it is that you've done, we thank you. And thank you to everyone that came out last Thursday. Because of you, it was a huge success.
It was a huge success, yes.
Again, thank you to all those parties involved, the Crumlin family for loaning that sweet
taking
holiday
that
fire
beacon
truck.
of light to the next level.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, it was blinding.
It was, literally.
Matter of fact, that I saw the one picture of me in the fire truck, and quite frankly, the fire truck kind of hides me under a basket there. You can't really see me that well because the lights are that I'm kind of a dark spot in the middle of all the lights.
We're going to archive that picture.
Like, what's this black thing in the middle of all these lights there? That's me.
We'll make John take some copious notes.
There you go.
You won't be forgotten.
That's right. But thank you to everyone. I appreciate it. And we look forward to bigger and better things here in 2023. So
yes,
more to come.
And thank you to 106.5 Gene Dow. Y'all are so good to us to help us do what we do. We could not do it without you, literally.
Well, we're glad to help.
Really, you really make a difference in the community. I mean, that's an ongoing legacy, Mike. I've grown up listening to community radio, and the power of radio and us coming together and listening and helping the community is a big factor and allows us to do what we do.
Well, thank you.
We can do it without you. So
hear that, advertisers looking to buy advertising on a gas station?
It works because I get response. We know people are listening, so it does work. So thank you very much.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
We just have fun doing our thing, and then if it helps people,
and that's why
what we
people
wanna
have to
do.
listen. You know, we need to laugh. We need to have fun.
I'm a goofball for good.
Hey, there you go. Goofball for good.
Mostly. It's a hint.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
I'm sure I'll see you guys before the end of the year, but
That's
if
right.
not, we'll see you in 2023.
Thank you so much.
All right, it is 8:48. Let us pause for news of the local variety. I'm going to disrobe because I'm starting to get to the point where I might perspire. So we don't want that. It is 8:48. We're going to be back after this quick break in news. Don't go away.
Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A wind chill advisory out from the National Weather Service as temperatures are forecast to drop significantly tonight. The overnight low should get down to about 13 degrees, but add in that wind chill and it will feel anywhere from 0 to 5 below zero. Friday's high only expected to be about 27, with wind chill values still remaining at around 0 or below. If you must be outside, dress in layers and take precautions. Eddy County leaders have approved a $200 million industrial revenue bond for a new natural gas processing plant near Carlsbad. Commissioners approved the declaration of intent last month with Frontier Field Services for the Kings Landing facility. Frontier Field Services is an affiliate of Durango Midstream, which is based near Houston. A company spokesperson says the new plant will help move natural gas from the Dagger Draw facility in Eddy County. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
With Christmas only 3 days away, thousands of parents are struggling with the question, should Santa bring my child a smartphone this year? My answer may surprise you. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. I gave my son his first phone when he was only 4 years old. He was delighted. I did it for his safety, so he could dial me or 911 whenever he was in trouble. I set the phone to know its location at all times. This is the iPhone's biggest advantage. I also severely restricted the phone. The younger the child, the more restricted the phone should be. Limit who they can call, who can call them, where they can go online, and what apps they can use. As they age, and as you're able to discuss the dangers of the phone based on their demonstrated responsibilities, you can begin opening the phone's options to them and make this hard decision a win-win for everyone. Hey, enter to win a $500 Amazon gift card right now at my website. That's commando.com/win. What do you do when something just doesn't work? You Google it. Too often, that's a complete waste of time. You need someone to hold your hand. Maybe you're lucky enough to have someone to call for help or come over, but let's face it, they're too busy for you. Finding tech support online is risky. That's why I partner with top tech experts to give you 24/7 live support that you can trust. They'll fix your problems or there's no charge. I'm so proud to tell you about GetKimsHelp.com. Whether it's a problem with your Wi-Fi, printer, smartphone, computer, TV, smart speaker, or another connected device, the experts at GetKimsHelp.com fix most issues in 10 minutes or less. High-tech troubleshooting tools like virtual house calls let them resolve even the most complex issues quickly. So stop Googling. Have your problem solved right now. Visit GetKim'sHelp.com. It's an affordable way to fix problems with the help from experts who you can trust. GetKim'sHelp.com. GetKim'sHelp.com.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today. For the overnight hours, down to the single digits with some clouds, and then we'll be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Well, it wasn't quite the year that the Goddard football team is used to having this past season, but the Rockets have several guys that end the season with All-State status. The All-State teams were announced last week, and we want to wish congratulations to them. 5 first-teamers for Class 5A, including Gabriel Chavez at defensive line. Hector Salvore also picked at inside linebacker. He's a senior, as well as Landon Victor at offensive line. Also first-teamer, also a senior. First-team selections also Landon Jones at wide receiver and Jonathan Silva at running back. Jonathan's only a junior. Second-team All-State. This is still pretty big, too. Albert Montoya, a senior on the offensive line, and Colton Franzoy, a senior at outside linebacker. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street's 3 main stock indexes closed higher on Wednesday for their biggest daily gain so far in December, with help from upbeat Nike and FedEx quarterly earnings, as well as improving consumer confidence and easing inflation expectation from nervous investors. U.S. consumer confidence rose to an 8-month high in December as inflation retreated and the labor market remained strong. But fears of a recession persisted, resulting in fewer households planning to make big-ticket purchases over the next 6 months. U.S. existing home sales slumped to a 2.5-year low in November as the housing market continued to be squeezed by higher mortgage rates. Thousands of ambulance workers in Britain began a one-day strike on Wednesday. The government advised people not to play contact sports, take unnecessary car trips, or get drunk in order to reduce their risk of needing an ambulance. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When Rhonda was experiencing severe abdominal pain, she knew she could count on Artesia General Hospital's emergency department to provide critical care any time of day or night.
I didn't think twice about driving the 45 minutes from my home to Artesia's ER. I felt like I was their only patient. Excellent care from everyone, and I'm thankful beyond measure.
Each year, thousands of patients trust Artesia General Hospital with their health emergency. With specialty certifications in advanced adult and pediatric life support and trauma care, their emergency room physicians have the experience you need when every second counts. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/emergency.
In Luke chapter 1, God sends his angel Gabriel to declare to Mary that she was going to bear the Son of God and that she was to name him Jesus. When Gabriel greets her, he says, "Greetings, my favored one, the Lord is with you." At the end of the visit, Mary responds and says, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word." She was professing that she would be the servant of God by giving birth to a son, the son who would one day be king. I'm sure she had no idea what it would take to be the mother of the one who would eventually be the perfect sacrifice. I have no doubt that her heart for service was evident, and it was evident to her son as she raised him to do the will of his Father. God also calls each one of us to be his servant by giving our lives to him. Let's remember this as we celebrate the birth of Christ during this week and reflect the example of service shown by Mary and by Jesus himself. Let us take those lessons to heart as we serve others as Christ made the ultimate sacrifice to save us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Fall is in the air at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in downtown Roswell. The Cow is utterly stocked with lots of fun fall time and even holiday fabrics marked down 10% to get you ready for the seasons ahead. Now's the time to give your sewing machine a spa day. The Calico Cow now has 2 certified sewing machine technicians, so call ahead and bring your machine by for a quick turnaround. And look for new classes all month long at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in downtown Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:57. Stay tuned next hour. We're scheduled to have folks from Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge join us. Get an update from them. We'll see if they make it by. But the holidays here, kind of a slow week there, so we'll see. If you would like to donate blood today, and you are here in Roswell, well, Vitalent's got a blood drive happening today at the Vitalent office, number 3 Grand Avenue Plaza, from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. today. And everybody that donates will get a Holiday Heroes t-shirt. If you would like to donate and give the gift of life and donate blood today, you can reach out by calling 575-840-8178. Again, that's 575-840-8178, and get an appointment scheduled. And Stephanie usually will, if it's your first time donating blood, they'll give you the link. You can go to the website and pre-register. And so when you get there, it's pretty much just the time of you taking your vitals and then donating blood. So it speeds up the process a little bit if you've got a kind of a narrow window. But if you can't do it today, schedule's filled up, getting ready for Christmas, all that good stuff, there'll be one more opportunity for folks in Roswell to donate blood in 2022. That'll be next Thursday, December 29th, if you can't make it today, of course. That'll be also at the Vitalent office from 9 a.m. to noon. And again, to get an appointment for that blood drive, you can reach out 575-840-8178. Again, 575-840-8178. You know, I was looking at on Twitter earlier, and in between all the political and all the mental health posts all over that thing, that's people showing how crazy they are. I did see a cool thing that I've never really seen before. They were showing this yacht, and it looked like one of those. Just you only see a little portion of the yacht, so it looks kind of like a World Cup type, those yacht race type yachts. It's a sailing yacht. But anyway, they had a stove in the galley, and the stove is on a gimbal. So when the boat is doing its sailing and it's kind of pitched one way or another, the stove gimbals so that if there's a pot on it, it stays level. And it was cool to look at. And I ain't gonna lie though, based on the video I saw, I don't think I'd still be cooking anything on that thing when it's like out at open sea, because the rest of the counters weren't level. It's just it looked wild, but I could imagine trying to cook a meal in that. I would imagine you want to do all your prepping and stuff while you're level or flat before you start trying to cook. But I guess the stove can accommodate it. I don't know if I'd want to try it, but it was kind of neat. First time I ever seen something like that. I don't know how common that is in a yacht, but it was pretty neat to watch. All right, it's 8 o'clock. Town Hall News next. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With more than 1,400 flights canceled so far today, according to FlightAware.com, a massive winter storm is disrupting a lot of people's holiday travel plans. The storm, bringing blizzard conditions to the Rockies and the Midwest, is moving to the east now. Heavy snow, fierce winds, freezing rain, and dangerously low temperatures, all part of that big storm. The U.S. economy grew at an unexpectedly strong 3.2% annual rate, July through September. That's a sizable upgrade from the government's earlier estimate of third quarter growth. The surge in growth fueled by strong consumer spending. Thanks for the money, but we need more. That, in a nutshell, Ukrainian President Zelensky's message as he visited with President Biden yesterday at the White House, then addressed Congress as the Ukrainian military continues battling Russian invaders.
I think every American family which cherishes the warmth of its home and wishes the same warmth to other people.
Zelensky pledging to never surrender. Trust me, that's a plea to the Senate from the man who hopes to be the next Speaker of the House.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy urged Senate Republicans to have faith in his ability to manage the new House Republican majority and not feel compelled to vote for bills if they feel that incoming majority can't get legislation passed. McCarthy's appearance at the Senate GOP lunch came as the upper chamber prepares to vote on a year-end government spending bill. And McCarthy and other House Republicans have urged them to punt to next year. But GOP senators describe his comments as more of a plea for Republicans in the Senate and House to work together more closely in the next Congress when he intends to win the Speaker's gavel. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Following yesterday's rally on Wall Street, today a sell-off is underway. The Dow's down 345 points, a loss of around 1%. The Nasdaq 195 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey Sarah, I'm sorry I'm late. The traffic is crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it doesn't help that gas prices have skyrocketed. I can't believe how much it costs for gas now.
Everyone's talking about how much gas is, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app, and I get cash back for every gallon of gas I buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid real cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yeah, real cash every time I buy gas.
What? That sounds like it could really add up.
I've made around $200 already.
Wow, that's serious extra money. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code APP200 for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code APP200 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus in your first tank. That's code APP200 for 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Legislation drawn up by Israel's Prime Minister-elect is one step closer to becoming the law of the land. We get the latest from the Media Line's Felice Friedson.
A law called undemocratic by many has passed its first of 3 required readings and votes before Israel's parliament. It sets the stage for other controversial acts demanded by Prime Minister-designate Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition partners, without whom the former Prime Minister will lose his chance to return to power. The measure at hand transfers certain police powers from the National Police Force to a political appointee in the cabinet. This, with other measures, has fueled intense controversy because of Netanyahu's empowerment of ministers designees who will have control over judicial and security matters. Many believe the U.S.-Israel relationship is at stake. I'm Felice Friedson, Town Hall News, Jerusalem.
News and analysis at themedialine.org and townhall.com.
Can be used in almost any car that runs on gas. But here's the sticking point. It's going to cost you $45 a gallon. The company says the price will drop to a mere $8 a gallon by 2026. Tasha Stevens reporting.
A federal prosecutor says 2 associates of Sam Bankman-Fried have pleaded guilty to criminal charges in cooperation deals relating to the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX. Bankman-Fried now back in the U.S. from the Bahamas, here to answer charges tied to his role in the stunning failure of FTX. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody. The eve of Christmas Eve.
Of Christmas Eve.
Day, right?
No, yeah, Christmas Day.
Yeah.
The eve of the eve of Christmas Eve.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go. Or 3 eves and a Christmas Day. Whatever your choice. But
I'm bad at math. That's why I got the radio.
Right. I was told there's no math. They lied. There is math.
There's math.
There is. Got to add times and stuff. Anyway, happy Thursday, everybody.
I say I hate math, and yet I'm the one who back sells times.
That's right. Our whole thing is math.
46 minutes away from here.
At least it's all numbers.
Yeah.
You don't throw a lot of letters in there in the math.
That's true. Yeah.
When they do that, that's our message.
Don't algebra up my math.
Oh, man. So hopefully all of you are having a wonderful day. Hunkering down for the cold.
Getting ready for it.
Yeah. Getting, for those that have to travel, be careful.
Indeed. You're going to be on the road tomorrow, right?
I will. After the show, probably around lunchtime, pre-lunchtime, somewhere in that, and then fortunately, we're just going up to Albuquerque, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll come back Monday. By then, it's warming up, so
nice.
I think we'll be all right. So, but if you're driving like tonight, or that you might want to be careful, especially if you're going to the eastern side of the state.
Yeah,
it is no bueno. So consult NM Roads.
Indeed,
that's always a good. Anytime you get anywhere heading around the state, go to NM Roads. They have an app you can download, and it shows you the map and the driving conditions. And it's actually handy at all times of the year, not just when bad weather, because if there's major construction, it tells you about that, so you can avoid it or do a workaround or something, or be prepared to sit.
Or just hang out.
Yeah.
Find yourself a comfy spot and wait.
Pretty handy. Then you could use it to plan offshoot trips.
Yeah.
Go to the library here. Get you that pass that allows you to get free around like different museums and stuff around the state.
Yeah.
Get in for free. Now between the two, you could plot out a whole thing.
It's true.
Yeah, if you want like a New Mexico road trip.
Any big plans while you're up in the Big Kirky?
Not really. Just mostly family. Hang out with family. I know meal plans. That's what I know. I know Friday night we're having dinner at Gardino's.
Oh, nice. The little tableside guac.
I guess, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Saturday, we're doing a Christmas Eve dinner at the house there with family. And then Christmas Day, we're going over to my brother-in-law's parents.
Okay.
And having Christmas dinner.
See, this is the nice thing about, not having children. You can go into a trip and not have, like, a plan and just wing it.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. It's like if we're going to a place, we're going to go here, then we'll go here, 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 and here.
Yeah.
And then maybe if we have time, we'll go here and here.
Well, what we do in between all those, obviously Christmas morning we'll be opening Christmas gifts and doing that Christmas thing. During the day, Saturday, I don't know if there's plans for us going somewhere doing. I have no idea.
Are there going to be any kids involved?
Yeah, my nieces. There's the 2 nieces. They're pretty much. Yeah, that's it for the kids. The rest are all adults. So yeah.
Okay. So still some children to make it special.
Children, yeah.
I'm curious how Christmas Day goes down, like in
it's
in that
still
house.
Christmassy because
is it like right at the crack of dawn? Kids wake up and
no, I
open
don't.
gifts?
No. It's a little later, like 7-ish.
Okay.
I think. One is still one's a teenager and is a little bit still into Christmas, but not as much as the youngest one, who's still very much Christmas spirit, Christmas, what Santa bring in, the whole that whole mindset. So yes, we do the full up Christmas because people want that. But it's not like getting up at 5:30, none of that mess. And to be honest, I'm not even sure because we'll be at my in-laws' house Sunday morning, so I don't know if we're going to go over to the sister's house Sunday morning. They're coming over.
That's the whole thing. It's like, what time are you supposed to do it?
I don't know. I don't. I'm at this point. I'm not part of those plans. I'm the husband and say, okay, I'll be where you tell me to be at a certain time.
When I was younger, it was very much. It was like my eyes are open. Everything else should be open right now too.
Yeah.
Over time, and honestly, it's been this way for most of my kids' life. They usually get start opening their presents around like 10.
Oh wow! See, that was never the case when I was.
It's a lot later. It's usually like, everybody's gotten kind of woken up and shaking off the sleepies, and then it's present time.
My parents gave us a strict rule of 6 a.m.
Wow!
They said, do not wake us up before 6.
That's
6 a.m. They would let us wake them up, and then we'd about 6:30 once everybody got coffee and went to the bathroom and did all that.
Yeah.
We'd start usually about that time. Well, my brother and I were probably up most of the night, just sleeping in 30-minute intervals as you fall asleep here. But I remember a couple Christmases where I just remember being up like all night, every hour, waking, looking, and go downstairs. Look at all this stuff under the tree, then go back upstairs and wait. And I'd be rocking in bed singing, all right, we got one more hour. Just trying to idolize time. And I even think I got out of bed and was like playing with stuff just because I couldn't disturb mom and dad, but there's no way I'm going back to sleep.
Right.
So, and then of course my brother was the actual snoop of the family.
Oh, really?
Oh, I had a hint of it as a young lad, but I didn't have to keep doing it because my brother just full on embrace that role, and whether you wanted to know or not, he was going to know and tell you.
He gonna find out.
Like he would, like my mom, God bless her, she was not good at hiding gifts, or at least she was very lazy at it. And she would literally just stick them in the closet, and they would be. And come on, it's like we don't have to work to find
This is the one time of the year that it pays off to be a hoarder.
Yeah,
because my mom had piles of crap to hide stuff behind.
Yeah, well, so did my mom. But my brother knew old piles of garbage versus new piles of garbage, and he was and
that pile looks new.
Yeah, and so he would go through, and then literally about 3 weeks out or whenever, before that little spot between, mom would wrap all the presents and put them on the top of the armoire where you just stare at them for a month, or they'd be in that time where they're still unwrapped in the. My brother would go through there and he'd be like, "You want to know what you're getting?" And then I was like, and there was a little bit of time there where toys we had would be common. There was a time where we were both in a window. We would both be into G.I. Joe. I would take care of mine better. He would not. But and he'd be like, oh, there's the G.I. Joe Hiss tank. I'm like, well, who's getting it? You or me? I don't know. So I get the Hiss tank. He's like, oh, I got it. But we had to pretend like we didn't know. But Chris and I look at it. You got it. It's so bad. I'm sure my parents knew, but my brother was just synonymous. Like he even, like years where he was late on the game, he did the move where he would take a present or two from the top and like unseal the tape and reseal it and do. My brother was diabolical. Dang. With that stuff. He
holding stuff up to lights.
Yeah, but he does everything like that. That's how he is. He's just like. My brother started, I think I've told a little bit of this. My brother, in essence, was a bit of a bookie in his high school years. He started, first he started a deal, a pick'em thing. And this is before computers and, you can go on Yahoo and 37 other places and do this kind of stuff. My brother would set up a weekly schedule and do a pick'em thing. And then my Uncle Jim, who just passed, Uncle Jim, myself and him, and I think my dad would get into it, but he didn't know what he's doing, so it really didn't count. And then occasionally we'd get one or two others, some of his friends or something, and we'd all pitch in $5 and play the weekly thing. And my brother was my brother expanded that service into March Madness. And so every March Madness, he's that kid at school going around, pulling the brackets and doing all the things.
Jotting stuff down.
And this is where I looked at my brother one time and was like, there was one year where he's got the March Madness thing. I said, yeah, I'll get a bracket. I'll buy a bracket and the thing. And he goes, no, you don't want in on this. I said, what do you mean I want to get in? He goes, no. He goes, our cousin's going to win this. I said, what do you mean our cousin? And he does. I was like, so he just basically built about $100 out of all his friends at school.
Dang.
And rigged the thing. I told you he's diabolical.
That's pretty cold.
My brother was diabolical when it came to that stuff.
He worked in 2 New Goons.
Yeah.
Just like has a dude on either side.
Yeah.
I'm down 27 large to you, little brother. They're going to break my kneecaps.
Right? Hey, you can't cover? You can't cover? We're going to send our guys. We're going to straighten you out.
That's right. They call me Chris the Disc. I'm going to break a couple discs in your spine.
Hey, you.
Yotes, get over here.
Hey, you can't pay the points?
Chris, why are you talking like that?
Right.
I just adopted over time, it just happens.
And then one day he goes, he just yelled at my mom, can anybody make a good chicken parm around here?
Running around like a gabagool.
Oh!
Mama Luke's in here.
That's what my dad did after he yelled at me. He goes, oh! Oh, man. But it's, that's can be kind of like my sister-in-law's place. My brother's wife.
Mm-hmm.
She's from New York, Long Island, New York area. Jersey's in the blood, too. Because her mom lived in Jersey. She just passed away about a year ago. But so they got Jersey roots, and her brother lives up in New York City, and he's like he works for like the somebody at the transit. He does something with transit. Yeah, something, not a cop or anything, but like running trains and stuff. And of course he sounds, that hey,
kind of a Goomba accent.
And so years ago, my wife and I, this is early in the marriage, maybe 2-3 years into the marriage, we went back to Maryland for Christmas to visit family and everything. And part of the trip was we all went to go have Christmas dinner or Christmas at her sister's folks up in Jersey there. So we all went up there and had it. And by the way, she can cook. She put a spread of food that those Italians say, what you want, they eat. Mm-hmm. And man, did they put out some food. It was good. But my wife literally thought we were in an episode of Sopranos. She had trouble understanding them. They were making fun of her because my wife has that Texas drawl. It's like, Mike? Right. And so they're like, you talk funny, making fun of her. Right. And they're like, hey. And they're all doing the Sopranos. Forget about it.
Screaming back and forth at each other.
Hey, Ma, you gonna go do you gonna do the sauce? You gonna do the sauce, Ma? Ma, where's the sauce? Every year you gotta do the sauce, Ma. It's just that whole environment. Right. Wow. And I was like, I thought this was just something they did on TV. And it was legit, that whole...
You're going to faint when you try me mom's gravy. It's amazing.
It is, but it's so good. It was good.
I'm sure.
They
don't mess around when it comes to they gravy.
Well, and then one year we did it. We were at Christmas at my brother's, and Dana did their normal Christmas Eve fare, at her place. And it was their Christmas Eve dinners. I think it's like the 7 fishes or whatever they call it. And it's really course after course of seafood and delicious pasta. And like here's round 1, some shrimp scampi. Here's round 2, scallops. Here's round 3, some kind of pasta with shrimp in it or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's some lobster. Here's it was literally.
You start feeling like Mr. Creosote.
Oh man, I was happy. I was like,
from Meaning of Life.
I was moving over. I was just, and on top of this, she makes like 80,000 pizzas.
Oh,
and 80,000.
I'm exaggerating.
She does make about 10 or 12 pizzas.
Right.
And they're big pizzas at about, I'd say, a good 2.5 to 3 foot diameter pizza.
Lord.
It's a big pizza. And she'll cut them up. And there'll be 10 of these, and some will be pepperoni, some will be cheese, some will be sausage, some will be a little, with combinations there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just leaves them on plates and places, and then you can, everywhere you're walking, you just munch on little rectangle pieces of pizza that are delicious, no matter if it's ice cold or heated up. And then it's just a constant grazing. And then there's a few Italian.
I gained 13 pounds that holiday.
Oh, I know. There was one Italian pastry dish that I wasn't into, and I can't remember what it was called. Like gnocchi?
Oh, gnocchi, yeah. It's
like the little balls of it's like the syrup. And
they're like potato. Yeah, potato flour and
they're
stuff.
okay.
See, you had
favorite.
Sweet gnocchi. I've always had gnocchi as savory.
Okay,
as like garlic and cheese.
It was all right. It wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
I guess it's very Italian.
Yeah.
I don't. That one was. I was like, it's all right. I think you have to be raised on that to be into that one, and it wasn't my thing.
It's also kind of like, when it comes to like your pastas and stuff, it's kind of underdone generally. Like it's kind of it's kind of different, like chewier.
Way al dente.
Yeah, it's got a chewier texture that's kind of like it can throw a lot of people off.
Yeah, but she made her own homemade gnocchi, and it was a painstaking effort, a lot of work. Like that one was the most labor intensive thing I think I saw her do was make that. But for me, the juice was not worth the squeeze. I was like, for all that work, I'd rather eat all that lobster and everything.
I'll be over here. At the biscuit table.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I guess our guest is not here. Do we have anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Okay. No one. All right. It is 8:21. You know what we'll do, Roy? I'll play. I had a short interview with the folks from the extension office on Tuesday. We'll run that this hour since we don't have our guest here. Does that work, Roy? I don't know if he was paying attention, but I'll get that.
I need to download it.
Okay. Well, I'll get it up. You can just play it off mine if you want to.
You just want me to play yours?
Yeah, just do that. Simple, easy. That way save you some work. So we'll do that. Since we don't have a guest, we had the folks from Drew and Tamara from the Chaves County Extension Office join us Tuesday, talking about some things coming up in the new year. Just a quick 15-minute interview. So we'll play that for you here in just a little bit, unless our guest comes in the next few minutes. But before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today.
26,
for the overnight hours down to the single digits with some clouds, and it will be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me refresh. My weather's not the freshest to get the freshest weather possible. Currently, 18 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. Winds out of the northeast at 21 miles per hour. Yeah, my weed tree is moving a little bit there, so that might be on point. We do have the wind chill advisory kicking in tonight at 10 p.m. That's going to remain in effect through 11 a.m. tomorrow. Sunny today. Highs only expected to get to 36. Winds will be out of the northeast 10 to 20 miles per hour. Increasing clouds tonight. An overnight low of 6 degrees with wind chill values as low as -6. So bundle up. Turn those spigots. Drip the spigots. Bring in the pets. All of that. Don't leave anything out tonight. Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 10. So yeah, cold. Tomorrow, our high is at 26 under partly cloudy skies with wind chill values as low as -8. Winds will be out of the south at 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with an overnight low of 14. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. And then things warm up a bit for your Christmas weekend. Saturday, Christmas Eve, sunny skies, highs near 40. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Christmas Day on Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 51. And then the rest of the week, next week, just kind of glancing. Monday, 57, 64 on Tuesday, 67 on Wednesday. So pretty warm week for next week for popcorn and leading up to New Year's here. So interesting. All right, it is 8:25. Let's do this. We're going to take a 2.5-minute commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. If our guest doesn't show, which doesn't look like it, we'll play our interview we had with the folks from the Chaves County Extension Office. But I'll come back on the other side before we do that. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm Chip Davis of Mannheim Steamroller. And everybody knows this song.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
12 Days of Christmas? Well, yes. Long ago, Christmas lasted 12 full days, December 25th through January 6th. But over time, the celebration became wild and riotous. Eventually, medieval authorities in England tried to ban the Christmas celebration altogether. But winter festivals predated even ancient Rome. England simply couldn't stop it. So many people celebrated Christmas very quietly, in private, and for only one day, which brings us to December 25th. I'm Chip Davis of Mannheim Steamroller.
Brought to you by Car Shield. With Car Shield, surprise breakdowns won't break the bank. CarShield.com to learn more. Deductible may apply.
Merry Christmas from the team at LGS Guns and Ammo. Now through Christmas Eve, stop by for the best stocking stuffers for the hunter or great outdoorsman in your life. Huge store-wide Christmas savings on accessories like knives and optics, targets, tracker backpacks, and ammo. And now through Christmas Eve, get 15% off Liberty safes and 10% off store-wide on all 45 caliber and 9mm pistols. And if you just don't know what to get, LGS has gift cards perfect for your Christmas stockings. LGS Guns and Ammo, Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition in Hobbs or Roswell, and at lgsguns.com.
Roswell Skin Center is here to provide comprehensive skin care to southeastern New Mexico in a friendly and warm environment. Dr. Cometti and his team continue to offer a full scope of medical and cosmetic dermatology services, from treating skin cancer to helping you look your best. Roswell Skin Center is proud to introduce Anna Ingalls, licensed esthetician who specializes in cosmetic treatments including laser rejuvenation, hair removal, facials, chemical peels, and more. Anna is accepting new patients, and when you schedule your first treatment, you can receive $50 off and begin earning valuable discounts to be enjoyed throughout the year. Schedule with Anna by calling 575-208-2509. And for more info on our services and rewards, go to roswellskin.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to two amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:29. Let's go ahead and do this. Our guest hasn't come, so we're going to play our interview on Tuesday. We had Drew and Tamara from the Chaves County Extension Office join us, talking about some upcoming stuff in the new year here, their master gardening class, their cooking creations, and their pre-diabetes year-long course. All of that, they're now taking sign-ups for the new sessions here in the new year. So we talk about that, talk a little bit about 4-H and all that in a quick little 14-minute interview here. So we're going to play that for you right now, and then we'll be back. Enjoy. Tamara Schubert and Drew Garnett are back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's life at the Extension Office this morning?
Busy.
Yeah, getting ready for the holidays. I imagine a lot of people have last-minute holiday questions and things. I'm sure, with people signing up for your diabetes classes coming up here in the new year. It's now's the time to be doing all that stuff.
Now is the time. Yep, January kicks off a lot of programs for us.
Mm-hmm. So it's really the sign-up time now is getting involved here. Obviously, I imagine with like pesticides and stuff, you guys usually do a bunch of that in the first of the year too, don't you?
Well, we do some. So there's going to be a lot of conferences that are going to be coming up, and there are a lot of opportunities to get your CEUs and things like that.
Okay.
And most people who needed their CEUs, I hope you've gotten them already. But if you haven't, there are still some online options if you still need CEUs for your pesticide applicator's license.
Okay, very good.
And if you contact us at the extension, I can get you hooked up with those.
Very good. Which that's for folks that don't know, the Chaves County Extension Office, which is an extension, pardon the pun, of New Mexico State University, but they are there as your resource for everything ag to 4-H and that kind of stuff, to just general health and education and things like that. It's your source. So obviously with Drew and the predominantly he deals with, I think, like your farmers and commercial crop growers and things, but he's just as busy, active, helping backyard gardeners as you are, people that do it for a living.
Very much so, and especially right now, if you're interested in backyard gardening and urban horticulture and things like that, right now is a great time for you because the Master Gardener program is about to start up. Actually, January 7th is going to be the start date for the next course. It has moved to an online format, but you still come and sign up through our office over on 200 East Chisholm.
Very good. Now, this isn't like this is some information. This isn't like a TikTok video with some gee whiz tips. This is getting into the science of growing and farming, and so it's complex. We're talking, from the chemicals to not chemicals, what kinds, and I mean it gets in the weeds. Pardon the pun here.
It does,
but it really does because it's in depth and thorough. This is not just all right. You put a little hole, but about the size of your bigger hole, and then you put a couple seeds in. It's a little more than that.
It's a lot more. It is. It's a 16-week commitment is what it is, and it's a crash course into a whole lot of detail on horticulture, plant physiology.
Yeah. But if this is your thing and you love it, whether it's for pleasure or to pay the bills, it's great information. But be forewarned, if you're going in thinking you're taking like a wine and paint class, this ain't it. Don't bring your friends over and think you're going to party the whole time. This is like a college level course on gardening and things like
intense.
that. So I just wanted to let people know. It's like, oh man, I'm not smart enough for that, because I saw some of it and I'm like, how many? Is that even a word? How many words?
No, but you are completely smart enough. It is set up really well, and for anybody at any level of gardening, you'll get something out of it.
I got you. I looked at it. It looked like Chinese to me, man. Wow.
It's Latin. It's actually a Latin scientific name. So.
There's my problem. But also coming up, and we talked a little bit about this a week or two ago here, but please sign up with Tamara as well for these the diabetic cookbook classes that are coming up, and then of course the actual year-long diabetes education class. Really.
Right. So we do have our Prevent T2 class, which is Prevent Type 2 Diabetes. It's a year-long class. The first, I want to say 4 months, we meet once a week, and then we taper off to, twice a month and then once a month towards the end of the year. But it goes through stress and sleep habits and everything to help you hopefully prevent the diagnosis of diabetes. But we also have Kitchen Creations kicking off in February and March too.
And those are popular and fun. So sign up early because you cook foods and eat them.
Right.
And who does not want to do that?
It's fantastic.
And
Drew gets to try the leftovers.
Are you the guinea pig?
Well, I mean, they torture me with the smells the whole time, and then they bring me a little bit to try afterwards. So, I feel pretty blessed on those days.
I will tell you this. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, I had for the first time a cauliflower pizza. And I was impressed. It's consistency. It's a little different because it's not like you're folding Italian style. Hey, get your sofa pie, but it's tasty. Like I mean, it's got a great crunch to it, which I kind of dug, and it to me it tastes like crust. Like it just tastes like a flatbread thin crust pizza.
Yeah, there are ways to do it. We made carrot pineapple muffins just yesterday. So
I don't even like
full of pineapple,
it was delicious.
Full of carrots.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really it's pretty good stuff, and that's what this kitchen creations class is. It's like I get it. You're like, how am I going to live the rest of my life without pizza, or how am I going to live the rest of my life without ice cream, or whatever it is? And this kitchen creations class allows you to create your favorite dishes, without quote unquote getting all the punishments for them, and that's the great thing about it. And two, offering substitutes. Yeah, you love ice cream. Great. Well, let me show you some products that will allow you to enjoy it, but not give you because. And the good news is we live in a world now where the consumers are getting more choices when it comes to diabetic or gluten-free options and things like that, and they're starting to get good at some of it. You know what I mean? Like ice cream was 10 years ago. Diabetic ice cream or low carb ice cream was not bueno. It's getting more bueno.
They're making some advances in science.
Yeah, it's getting where it feels and looks and tastes a little bit more like ice cream and things like that. But you'd be amazed at what you can do with some alternative ingredients, and if someone didn't even tell you, you probably wouldn't even know. In some cases, you know what I mean? That's how good it is. So please sign up for these classes.
Yeah.
They're immensely popular, and I'm telling you, sign up early, because if you wait till January to try it, you might get left out in the cold on these because
they are cooking classes. We do max out because let's face it, our kitchen is only so big.
Exactly.
But while they're calling the office to sign up for that stuff, they can still sign up for 4-H. There's lots of programs that kick off in January.
Okay.
Including our quilting.
Oh, great.
Our fiber crafts, so if they're interested in crochet or knitting, things like that.
That's what fiber crafts are?
Yeah.
Okay, I just learned. I didn't know what that meant.
Oh,
I was
look at that. We all went back to school.
Metamucil? What are we talking here? Bran muffins? What are we doing?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not too late. We still have our shooting sports areas going. Drew teaches part of that with us.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's still, we kick off a lot right now. So if they have not made it down to the office to get those kiddos signed up, we encourage them to do so.
And please visit, you guys, for folks that don't know, 4-H and the Extension Office, they've got regular gigs at the Roswell Public Library each month.
We do.
I think you're done for December, right?
We're done for December.
Yeah,
we just
but you got a couple in January.
But they can come join us in January, and we're doing leathercraft, and that's always a big popular one. So they can come make keychains or bookmarks with us.
Yeah.
And so we supply all the materials. It's free of charge to them. They just come down and have fun.
And you do your gardening.
Gardening at the library every third Saturday of the month. So the next one will be January 21st.
So come on out to those. They're free of charge.
Yep.
Just come on out and learn some stuff. And who knows, it might get you in the door for, like, if you want to learn more about what 4-H is doing and talking about, and I say this, I said it just yesterday when I was talking to the library folks. If you think 4-H is just showing animals at the fair, you're missing out on most of 4-H.
On a lot, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. They love showing animals, and that's very much a part of it. But you could literally not go anywhere near that and be very much involved in 4-H and not show an animal or pet one or do anything with an animal.
But we do a lot in livestock. We have a team going to nationals this year for horse. Yeah, for horse.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations to them. Good deal.
They leave here in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
tying we got real quick. I'll do a quick short story. I was talking with Tracy from the library, and we were talking about her book club and about their new book. And the book they're talking about, I fail to remember the title, but it's kind of basically a trek of bringing exotic animals to the San Diego Zoo back like in the 20s or 30s, and the first giraffes were coming into the country, and so they had this train. They were going to the San Diego Zoo to bring the first giraffes, and people had never seen giraffes before, and looking at them like, what the heck kind of animal is that? But it's kind of, I don't know what brought me to, but the 4-H, like them showing the animals and stuff. Just imagine if the first time you're seeing stuff like that, and it just. Like, that's 4-H to me. Like, they're showing these animals to the zoo and everything, but how many times do these kids get exposed to things they've never seen or done before? We all know what giraffes are now because the internet, and now they're in zoos and things. But the first time people saw that coming, what's that kind of reaction about? What's wrong with that horse's neck?
And just going on that vein of something new and something exciting. If you don't think you can show, you can. There's plenty of opportunity. There's a whole host of different animals that you can show.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of people that are willing to help and help you out.
Yeah, so we have guinea pig curriculum. Yeah. Rabbits. I mean, we have.
Yeah, don't
dogs are up and
shortchange
coming.
yourself on that.
Just because you
really
don't live
a lot
on a
of
farm or
opportunities.
ranch.
Right.
You still have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of ways to do it. So come into the office, talk to us, come see us, sign up for 4-H.
Yeah, according to the city ordinance, you can have chickens in the city limit. Just saying, you know.
And eggs are getting more expensive, so.
And it's sure nice when you have your own eggs, My sister-in-law, they live in Albuquerque. They have they too have an ordinance where you're allowed to have eggs, and so they got a little coop with three chickens in there. I think it's a rooster and two hens. But they get, and my sister, my niece, my youngest niece, that's her side gig. She sells eggs to the neighbors and stuff like that, and she makes like $100 selling eggs.
It's fantastic.
Hey, teach them about business and money management.
Yeah, responsibility and taking care of those chickens and everything
Absolutely.
else. It's so much.
So if you have any questions about anything we're talking about and sign up for any of these classes, or if you're just like, I need help, can you help me? Reach out to the extension office. What's your hours, the holiday schedule here?
So we are closed on Friday of next week.
Okay.
For the holidays. But other than that, this week.
This week.
Is it already? Oh, it is already this week.
We were
Christmas Eve is this Saturday.
Yeah, so we're closed on the 23rd.
Okay. What about the Monday, the 26th?
It'll be hit or miss.
Yeah, hit or
probably
miss.
call
We'll be in and out of the office.
I just know that
depending
pretty
on
much
what we're
everyone
doing.
else is closed that day, so me thinks you guys won't be around either. But.
If you call the office and we're not there to answer the phone right away because our administrative help is going to be out of the office, if we're not there when you call, leave a message on there. We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you as soon as possible. So. Yeah. But yeah, and give the phone number for the office as well, too.
575-622-3210.
And, of course, look for, if it's through New Mexico State University, but the Ag Sciences, what do you look for on Facebook officially? It's not Extension.
So it depends on what Facebook page. So all of our departments have a different Facebook page. So if you're looking for 4-H, it's under NMSU Travis County 4-H.
Okay.
If you're looking for the Family Consumer Sciences side, which is the health nutrition, it's NMSU Family Consumer Sciences.
Okay.
I think Ag is the same way. Yeah.
Very good. So, but if you do, just New Mexico State, Travis County, you'll probably find it.
It'll come up with all our pages.
So, good deal. Well, thank you guys. Merry Christmas to you all.
Thank you.
We will see you in a brand new 2023.
Right. That's hard to believe.
I know.
I said that the other day for the first day. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's going to mess with your head for a while. Thank you guys.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. A wind chill advisory out from the National Weather Service as temperatures are forecast to drop significantly tonight. The overnight low should get down to about 13 degrees, but add in that wind chill and it will feel anywhere from 0 to 5 below zero. Friday's high only expected to be about 27, with wind chill values still remaining at around 0 or below. If you must be outside, dress in layers and take precautions. Eddy County leaders have approved a $200 million industrial revenue bond for a new natural gas processing plant near Carlsbad. Commissioners approved the declaration of intent last month with Frontier Field Services for the Kings Landing facility. Frontier Field Services is an affiliate of Durango Midstream, which is based near Houston. A company spokesperson says the new plant will help move natural gas from the Dagger Draw facility in Eddy County. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today. For the overnight hours, down to the single digits with some clouds, and then we'll be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street's three main stock indexes closed higher on Wednesday for their biggest daily gain so far in December, with help from upbeat Nike and FedEx quarterly earnings, as well as improving consumer confidence and easing inflation expectation from nervous investors. U.S. consumer confidence rose to an 8-month high in December as inflation retreated and the labor market remained strong. But fears of a recession persisted, resulting in fewer households planning to make big-ticket purchases over the next 6 months. U.S. existing home sales slumped to a 2.5-year low in November as the housing market continued to be squeezed by higher mortgage rates. Thousands of ambulance workers in Britain began a one-day strike on Wednesday. The government advised people not to play contact sports, take unnecessary car trips, or get drunk in order to reduce their risk of needing an ambulance. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
In Luke chapter 1, God sends his angel Gabriel to declare to Mary that she was going to bear the Son of God and that she was to name him Jesus. When Gabriel greets her, he says, "Greetings, my favored one, the Lord is with you." At the end of the visit, Mary responds and says, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word." She was professing that she would be the servant of God by giving birth to a son, the son who would one day be king. I'm sure she had no idea what it would take to be the mother of the one who would eventually be the perfect sacrifice. I have no doubt that her heart for service was evident, and it was evident to her son as she raised him to do the will of his Father. God also calls each one of us to be his servant by giving our lives to him. Let's remember this as we celebrate the birth of Christ during this week and reflect the example of service shown by Mary and by Jesus himself. Let us take those lessons to heart as we serve others as Christ made the ultimate sacrifice to save us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The tradition continues. The Roswell Christmas Railway, now at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Climb aboard the Christmas wagon or head for Elftown, where the magic of the season awaits, with indoor and outdoor attractions, food, shopping, and of course, Santa. And check out the all-new Shepherd's Petting Zoo and Nativity. Find tickets and more at RoswellChristmasRailway.com. The Roswell Christmas Railway, returning this holiday season at the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Powered by XL Energy and sponsored by Plateau, Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, Woodcrest Dairy, and Gold Financial Services. Merry Christmas!
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Let the countdown begin in 2022 on a high note at Big O's year-end sale. Head to Big O for our best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more from December 12th through January 8th. And right now, get a $70 Visa reward card or Visa virtual account after online submission on a set of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Plus, get an additional $70 prepaid MasterCard on installation purchase of sets of 4 Michelin passenger or light truck tires. No resolutions here, just giant deals to get your car ready for the new year. But hurry, you only have a few days left to save. Go big at Big O during our incredible year-end sale, December 12th through January 8th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. Void where prohibited. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Edge Safety and Services LLC in Artesia, New Mexico has an immediate opening for a safety technician. Position requires a clean driving record and must be able to pass a drug and alcohol screen. Edge Safety offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contribution towards health benefits. Please email resumes to edgecoding@yahoo.com or apply in person at 402 West Main Street inside the Edge Safety and Services facility. Edge Safety and Services LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:49. Got a few minutes here before the top of the hour and news and all that stuff. Of course, news coming out this morning in the on the social medias and all that. Denver Broncos former running back Ronnie Hillman. He was only 31 years old. Passed away due to complications. I guess he had cancer. I did just kind of learning as we're getting news that he passed away this morning. But yeah, only 31 years old. And I think he was he part of the, he joined the Broncos in 2012. So I guess, was that before the Super Bowls? I think so. Or after the Super Bowls, I think it was. But yeah, it's sad to hear that. And then on the heels of that, which this one's got, is kind of laced with a bit of irony. Of course, this broke, I think, yesterday or day before. Franco Harris passed away at the age of 72. A little bit, still young, but a little bit. And I haven't actually. Did they say what he was? He was 72. I'm not sure if they say in the story what he had. If he had a condition or what, I don't know. But the part that gets me is the NFL, and I know they're doing it this weekend. The 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Kids, if you don't know what that is, look it up. But Franco Harris, there in the 70s, I think it was 72. I think it was. In the playoff game, he made this great. It's one of NFL's most famous football film footage of all time, is the Franco Harris Immaculate Reception, where he basically picks it up almost off the ground for this reception that kind of, I think it was going to be picked, and I haven't seen it in a while, but it was going to be picked, and it kind of bounces, and it's about to hit the ground, and Franco Harris picks it up just inches before it hits the ground and runs it in for a touchdown, and the rest is history. But the NFL is, and if you may still see the commercials, I saw some yesterday evening. They're doing a the Saturday night Christmas Eve football games, and the game that they're touting as like the national audience Saturday night game is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland, or will be the Las Vegas Raiders. But they're squaring off, and they're kind of celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and so they do this whole thing. It's like celebrate and Franco Harris, and then just days before the football game takes place, and I imagine, I'm not sure if Franco Harris was scheduled to be there. I don't know. Maybe he was sick and they kind of knew this was coming. I don't know, but it just seems very odd that in the timing there, where just days before his name's kind of coming back into the lexicon for some cases, for new fans or newer fans, younger fans of football, they may not know who Franco Harris is or know what that is, and so to kind of put that back in the spotlight of pop culture again, and then he passes away days before. It's you always wonder, is this God's plan here? Is this just, it just seems very odd in the timing there, and but it's sad to hear, obviously, but some of us, I haven't really mentioned or talked. I mean, unless you're a Steelers fan, you probably haven't mentioned or talked about Franco Harris in quite a few years and things. I know he used to pop up on TV from time to time. Did he do some play-by-play? I feel like he did. Maybe I'm wrong though, or he at least did some studio appearances from time to time back in the day, like I'd say 80s. Maybe I seem to remember seeing him on TV in like the 80s doing. If he wasn't, I don't think he was calling games, but I feel like he was like in the studio for like half times and scoring, like Franco Harris at one point did. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like in my head I remember that, but it's just, it's sad to hear Ronnie Hillman dying at 31, from cancer, and then, days before they celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, the gentleman who's the center of it passes away. It's kind of weird timing there. So now I'm wondering, is there going to be a third NFL? Because always hear about the
always happens in threes. Yep.
We had Franco yesterday or day before. I don't know the timing there, And then, of course, Ronnie Hillman announcing that this morning, dying from cancer.
Wasn't there one last week, though?
An NFL player?
Coach.
Oh, Mike Leach.
Yeah, so that's
Mike
your
Leach
three.
passed.
That's your three.
Although, it depends on your... That could be a technicality, because I don't think Mike Leach has ever done NFL level.
Okay.
He's strictly college.
Okay.
I don't know. He never got an opportunity.
Do you think the Reaper draws the line at the NCAA?
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think, though, did Leach ever assistant coach somewhere in the NFL team? I don't know for certain on that, but he's predominantly known as a head football coach in college. But, I mean, that technically could fill out the trifecta, depending on your trifecta rules.
Well, I feel like just to make it so that nobody else has to die.
Well, yeah, that would be nice, But here's the thing, too. And I don't know if it's just me and my weird memories, but we lose some major iconic people right around Christmas. It seems like, and if it's not every year, it's like some of the more bigger known deaths that I remember over the years have always been right around Christmas. Mm-hmm. Two that come to mind in more recent years, James Brown and Ronald Reagan. Two that died. I don't think it was like on Christmas Day, but it was like right around because both times I was at someone else's house or doing holiday things when I learned the news of those two people passing. And so for some reason I always sticks in maybe I'm a glass half empty guy, and because it's that time of year, something bad's going to happen,
Knock on wood. I've managed to luck out to where the holidays haven't been traumatized for me.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky in that respect.
I would say, and I've said it here on the radio a couple times, if I have anything close to that, it's the month of October for my wife and I.
Right.
So we're just thankful to get through October. Last couple of years,
sure,
unscathed. So
as long as you make it through there, you should be good.
And this year, our scare this year was earlier, so and turned out good, thank goodness. But but our scare happened in August with my wife. But yeah, October comes through, and we're like, oh man,
fate's just out to mess up the whole back half of the year for you.
It's just just the way the planets align or something. I don't know, But yeah, I just that I don't know that whole when I saw that Franco Harris passed away yesterday, and I didn't mention anything on the radio yesterday about it. I got sidetracked, but I was just thinking, I was like, we haven't talked about, at least it hasn't been on my radar in a long time, the Immaculate Reception. Then all week I'm seeing commercials. It's the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Celebrate with us as Saturday night we host the Raiders and the Steelers taking on and I'm like, huh. And then now it's like, Franco Harris, running back for the Steelers, dies at 71. It's crazy.
Is it the same guy?
Who's that?
Francis Russell Franco Harris was an American writer, poet, art critic, and curator of Museum of Modern Art.
I don't think that's the same
Probably
guy.
Not the same
dude. No. He was a Pittsburgh Steelers running back.
I was like, wow, he's prolific. Wrote, played for the Steelers. Nice. He's inspired by the Immaculate Reception.
Yes. And when he's not, making historically awesome football plays, he's, in his spare time writing quatrains from Nostradamus' book.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever actually seen this.
The actual Immaculate Reception?
Bradshaw trying to get away. And
passes
his
up.
pass is broken up by Tatum.
Bounced off into the waiting arms. That's amazing. And the stands empty.
That was 50 years ago.
You would get shot with a rubber bullet if you jumped out from the stands today.
What do they do in college towns?
Watch this replay.
Not so much on the ball.
From this angle, that's insane. It was off almost on the ground.
I love how he's seen it for like the first time.
Sorry, I'm not a sports fan.
No, it's cool. It's just
I
love seeing reactions of people seeing things for the first time.
I don't really do sports ball very much.
It's amazing, man. It's cool. I like it. Nothing, no shame.
I've seen receptions not like that, but I've seen receptions that seem like it shouldn't have happened. Like, in zone, and he catches it with the tips of his fingers. I've seen receptions like that.
Yeah.
That was more impressive.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I'm like, how could this be better than the ones that? Okay. All right.
It's the Immaculate Reception.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. It's Exactly. So it is a cool moment. But yeah, so just kind of a weird moment there with him passing this week of all times when they're kind of spotlighting what is kind of what makes him the most famous for. So, all right, it's closing in on 9 o'clock. Next hour, we're going to replay an interview with Donna Oracion and more banter of this quality. Don't go away. I apologize in advance. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With more than 1,500 flights canceled so far today, a large part of the country bracing for a dangerous winter storm. It's already been pounding the Northwest.
In Oregon, Tim Carlberg summed it up as he looked for essentials in a local hardware store.
The ice apocalypse is coming upon us.
Chris Voss is Director of Emergency Management for Multnomah County, Oregon.
When we're seeing temps of 15 and wind chills of like -1 and -5, that really shows you how rare this is.
The blast of frigid weather began hammering the Pacific Northwest Tuesday morning, and forecasters say it's expected to move to the northern Rockies, then the plains, and blanket the Midwest with heavy snowfall. The northernmost regions of the U.S. could see wind chills near 70 degrees below zero. I'm Donna Warder.
Brushing aside raging inflation and rising interest rates, the American economy grew at a 3.2% annual pace July through September.
Analysts say the rate is an unanticipated upgrade from their earlier estimate of third quarter growth. The rise in gross domestic product, the economy's output in goods and services, marked a return to growth after consecutive drops in the January to March and April to June periods. Driving the third quarter growth were strong exports and healthy consumer spending.
Correspondent Jeremy House. The massive $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill, not a done deal yet. The Senate back at work this morning, hoping to pass the measure before a midnight Friday deadline for a partial government shutdown. Slightly more Americans filing for unemployment last week. Applications for jobless claims for the week ending December 17th inched up by 2,000 to 216,000 from the previous week's 214,000. Sell-off on Wall Street this morning. The Dow's down 470 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Attention! This is a special alert for all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an overpriced auto warranty or no warranty coverage at all. Due to the increase of new and used car prices, repair costs, and the price of gas, people are keeping their cars longer than ever, which is why CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on covered auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can save thousands for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. You could save thousands on future auto repairs. Our specialists are standing by for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-7495. Vehicle Protection Plan pricing is at an all-time low. Plus, drivers who purchase this coverage today will receive rental car options, free roadside assistance, and free towing. Call 800-279-7495 now for your free quick quote. That's 800-279-7495. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-7495. Again, 800-279-7495.
A court in Argentina sentencing a former police officer to 15 years in prison for the kidnapping and disappearance of a student back in the 70s.
It's important to stress that this wasn't something isolated. That was a very well-structured scheme devised by this military government that was in power between 1976 and 1983 to get rid of the opposition. And they had perfected their methods after exchanging information and seeing what had happened in the military dictatorships in Brazil and Chile and other parts of Latin America. And they are accused of killing 30,000 people in a very brief period.
The BBC's Leonardo Ruscia. The German government has nationalized energy company Uniper after the European Union gave its blessing for it to rescue the gas supplier. The government had announced its plans to nationalize the company back in September. News and analysis at townhall.com. If you'd like to minimize the impact of COVID-19, you might consider getting up off that couch.
Gym owners who kept their gyms open during COVID were bullied, threatened, and harassed. People who promoted vitamins and exercise as a way to stay healthy during COVID were blocked, muted, and deleted from social media. Now, a South African study is proving they were right all along. According to a study of physical activity and vaccines, daily exercise is the single most important thing a person can do to prevent a severe case of COVID. An August review of 16 past studies involving nearly 2 million people found that active people were substantially less likely than inactive to be infected, hospitalized, or killed by COVID. High levels of vitamin D3 were also found to be beneficial. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Fears of further Fed interest rate hikes driving Wall Street sharply lower this morning. The NASDAQ is down 272 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Invierno.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
Indeed.
Hope you're having a good one. So, I got to share this with you. I just saw this on Facebook. This is pretty wild.
Okay.
So, I'm not aware of this at all. Apparently, so a friend of mine on Facebook, one of my Facebook friends there, I'm thinking, shared a picture of them with something, and then a story related to the picture, and it blew me away here because it's kind of it's wild, man, crazy.
Wow.
So a friend, I guess, was just recently going to see a Chiefs game.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, the Kansas City Chiefs football game.
Sure.
And there's a super fan of the Chiefs, and he dresses up in a wolf costume.
Okay.
And he goes by Wolfie, and apparently he's pretty popular in like all the fans, and so he's kind of a local celebrity.
Sure. There
in Kansas City. Apparently, I'm just reading and learning of this myself. I'm not a Chiefs fan, so I don't follow Chiefdom, but so apparently and I guess. Well, anyway, my friend happened to. I see this person, and I guess had a picture of them at the game with Wolfie. Well, then there's this story that comes out, and it's this. Hopefully this works right. You know me and technology. Just play it.
Ever heard in the world of sports. So for some backstory first, the Chiefs have a diehard fan called Chiefsaholic. He wears a wolf costume to every single Chiefs game and hasn't missed a home or away game in like 7 years. He's got a lot of followers on social media and is pretty much a local celebrity in Kansas City. But here's when things get wild. He proclaimed that he made all his money by managing warehouses, and this is how he afforded to go to all these games. But last week, fans began to worry when he didn't show up to the Chiefs game in Houston. So fans did some research to make sure he was okay and found out he was arrested in Oklahoma for robbing a bank and that he was a career criminal. So apparently this Kansas City superfan would rob banks on his way to all the Chiefs away games so he could be able to afford it all. And what's even crazier is he laundered his money through buying Chiefs paintings from charity and sports betting.
Holy moly.
How amazing is that?
That's fantastic.
And then my friend, kind of. There's a picture like, yeah, criminal, shocking, but he was a real nice guy.
Right there, and you could have done something about it. And look at you did nothing.
It's like, man, in all fairness, he was super nice and really cool, congenial and everything.
That's why nobody suspected him. That's crazy.
I feel like this should be a TV show.
Well, there's going to be a movie based on it, I'm sure.
If you this basically is the plot almost for the name of the show just went. I just finished watching the whole. It just ended this
for like 7 years though. He's been doing this.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Going to Chiefs games
that nobody picked up on it or caught that this guy was going to be in that area and there happened to be a bank robbery and you could basically trail. I mean, any good detective could see that the bank robberies happen in relative conjunction to the Chiefs' traveling schedule.
Like the show Animal Kingdom. Like you could almost do a version of that show like with this, but instead of the group of kids and they're all surfers, it's literally a Chiefs fan. And of course, to make it a good TV show, you need a crew. So you got to make it so it's a crew of Chiefs fans. But I feel like this should be a show, and it's basically Animal Kingdom, but instead of surfing in California, it's Kansas City football and ribs.
How much of that money has gone through the charities? Do you think?
I don't know.
Because that's got to raise.
Well, he's got season tickets, so some of the money went back to the Chiefs.
That's true. I think those just went down to his next of kin.
Wow.
Hey, little wolfies.
Well, and that's what one of the jokes in there was like, did he wear the wolf mask when he robbed any of the banks or anything?
Right.
It's crazy, isn't it? That's a crazy story. I just couldn't, it's just shocking. And for years, like 8 years, this guy's and he's like a local celebrity. But of course, I don't know if his face is known.
Yeah, probably not.
I wonder if everyone just knows him as Wolfie, and he walks around as Wolfie, and he's in the wolf costume with a Chiefs jersey.
You put enough prosthetic on, or enough maskery on, you can you can get away with that.
It's not like an elaborate. It looks like something you buy off Amazon. Just a wolf costume, kind of like the zombie one or any of the other ones you buy off Amazon. It's the same kind of deal. He's put a Chiefs jersey on.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a movie. I'm already kind of casting in my head. I'm seeing Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
as the main guy, as Wolfie.
Yeah, I would love to see.
I feel like Bateman has the range to pull that off.
Yeah, I wonder. I'd like to see more of that story when it all unfolds and everything, because I'd like to see actual dollars and cents, like what kind of numbers when they peel back all the layers and figure out how much this guy's stolen. And
because he was stealing enough to not only go to the games but also to live, obviously.
Sure, and probably quite comfortably.
Right.
I mean, if he can afford season tickets, I'm sure he's not living in a hovel.
That's the thing, though. You don't become a career criminal by looking like a criminal. You become a career criminal by being somebody that everybody trusts.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So imagine he probably drives a good car.
He never hit up from what it sounds like, he never hit up his hometown, so there wasn't that connection.
I guess not. He did on road games, I guess.
Right.
I'm very curious. I'd like to go back and look at the Chiefs' schedule over the years, and then compare and contrast robberies in the area.
Any detective worth his salt should be able to corroborate those situations.
Like the last 8 years of Chiefs road games, and seeing where if there's any robberies of major scale in nearby communities or anything. It'd be interesting, and see if they can go back and peg it to this guy.
And he was arrested in Oklahoma?
I think so. I think that's what it said. Yeah.
Huh. That's funny. I'm just trying to find anything about him.
Yeah, Wolfie, yeah, he's Chiefs Wolfie. I wonder if we could ask our resident Chiefs fan if he is familiar with Wolfie.
Oh, I imagine he would be.
I would think, as a being from that area and stuff. But of course, I don't know if he's been away too long to know this guy, but of course he's been around for about 8 years, and Chris hasn't been here for 8 years. So I'm wondering. I'd be very curious.
Well, I didn't know that the Chiefs mascot was a wolf.
I don't think it officially is.
Well, no, it is.
Is it?
It is. Yeah, it's like their major mascot is a wolf, like a full blown costume.
Oh, so I guess he's
the Kansas City Wolf. Yeah, introduced to Chiefs fans in 1989, quickly become one of the most entertaining mascots in professional sports.
So is his name Chief or something?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to see the connection between the Chiefs and a wolf.
The Chiefs. The wolves. It's Dances with Wolves.
But not Chiefs.
No, but
I feel like Sean just said Jason Bateman because he played a fox in Zootopia.
No, I didn't think about that. I didn't make that connection. No, I just feel like Jason Bateman, because he's got such range. He was, Arrested Development comedic, but also Ozark. He's incredibly dramatic. I feel like you can have that kind of range.
He's played a criminal in Starsky and Hutch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is true.
Horrible bosses. One would say his character was slightly unsavory in that. He wanted to kidnap his boss.
Yeah. Oh, and he was a jerk. You ever seen the movie The X?
No, I don't think I have. Doesn't ring a bell.
It's him and Zach Braff.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a comedy or dark comedy? Or?
It's a comedy. And I'm trying to remember if he was the jerk or if it was the Zach Braff character that was the jerk. One of them are just a total like jerk to the other guy. But I'm just saying the guy's got range.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But that makes sense that they have the wolf mascot. He was dressing up as Wolfie, so there's the connection.
He also worked with Sandy Duncan, and anytime you get a chance to work with Sandy Duncan, that makes your career 12 notches up.
That is true.
That was back as a wee lad when he had that. What was the name of that show? It was back when his sister was still doing the Family Ties thing, and then he was on the show as the son and the Sandy Duncan, whatever that name of that show was.
It wasn't Silver Spoons, was it?
No, it wasn't Silver Spoons. I want to say the husband was kind of recognizable too, like a Patrick Duffy type. I just can't remember the name of the show.
That's fine.
Sandy Duncan. It was pre her Wheat Thing commercial, I believe.
Pre-Wheat Thing, the Hogan family. I think we actually had this discussion on the show.
Yeah, and Jason Bateman was the son.
Lasted for
It was
a little bit.
I think it got to syndication status. Yeah,
4 seasons. Yeah,
yeah. I think it was. If it did, it was really close. But yeah, I remember watching it along there because I think if you timed it right, one night you could watch really because Justine Bateman, who was the daughter, the older daughter on Family Ties, and then Jason Bateman on Hogan Family.
Just give a little love to the whole family.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just kick back at your Wheat Thins. Just have a good time.
Pop out your phony eye. Enjoy.
Sing some Peter Pan. It's just delightful. But I mean, right there, it just proves that he's got the chops to play.
Yeah.
Wolfie in
that is a crazy
Chiefs Heist movie. I get to now. I just got this image of the what was that name of that stupid movie with Val Kilmer? Not stupid. It was actually all right. It was Val Kilmer and Al Pacino where they're robbing banks in the 90s there, or maybe late 80s. It was, I think, was Al Pacino the cop or was he the bank robber? And Val Kilmer was I can't remember. Val Kilmer was in it. And
was it Heat?
Heat.
Yeah, Heat.
That was it, Heat. That's the one. I got a Heat-like vibe with this movie. Like they all were dead presidents, faces. And,
yeah.
Is that your favorite movie, Heat?
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I hadn't seen it in 1,000 years. But there's a whole scene where they were like Pacino and is it De Niro or I don't remember who it is, are sitting in like a diner, like having their last chat before the final showdown, and it's so hokey when you watch it years later. I mean, at the time you're like, he's the toughest, baddest dude of all time. Now you watch it like this is cheesy. This movie should have been over in like 2 minutes. But
It was directed by the guy who did Miami Vice.
Directed by Mr. Man.
Ferrari owes that guy a lot of money because that Testarossa. Everyone, their uncle wanted a Ferrari Testarossa because of Miami Vice. They saw Don Johnson driving around with his turquoise shirt and his white sport coat and white pants and with no socks and penny loafers. And then he gets in that white Ferrari Testarossa. And then Tubbs slides in. I mean, there is no cooler image in the 1980s than that right there. It just isn't.
Black car got blown up.
Yeah. So, but anyway, all of that to prove that the Chiefs
Bandits. That's the movie I was trying. That's the movie I was trying to think of.
That's with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yep, and Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Okay. That wasn't a big hit.
That wasn't a big hit, but that was one of my favorite of the heist genre of movies.
It was a big hit on video, I think. That was one that bombed at the box office, but a lot of people went to Blockbuster and checked it out.
Yeah. I don't remember much from that movie other than there was one scene where Billy Bob Thornton's character was sleeping and he woke up and out of his sleep he said, beavers and ducks. It's like the only thing I remember from that whole movie.
Well, and there are so many movies that probably would not be still remembered today if it wasn't for the years of Blockbuster, where people, because like The Last Boy Scout is one of those movies that I'm pretty sure in the theater it probably did, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you would probably, but because of Blockbuster and every dude on the planet loves those action movies with the one-liner quotables that one's filled with, it's not to the level of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, but there's a bunch of, Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis have a lot of one-liners in that movie. And what's his name does too. He's only barely in the movie. The Italian dude from The Matrix, the very first one.
You mean the dude with the sunglasses?
Yeah, he was in the first Matrix, and then
the guy from Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, he's Italian. He was in Sopranos. Oh, what is his name? I'm having trouble with his name. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving. Yeah.
No, that's not who I'm thinking of. It's like something with a V in there. Like it's a very Italian, like Johnny something or another, or Vinny or Val.
You managed to pull not only the name, but the entire career history of that dude from Gods and Generals the other day, and you can't think of that one Italian guy in that one movie.
In The Matrix,
It's amazing how the brains of morning show radio hosts work.
Yeah, let me look here. Well, my brain's been jaded and warped, and dude from Matrix and Sopranos.
And we're waiting for an answer.
And Joey Pantoliano. That's who I was. Joey Pants.
Joey Pants.
That's who I was trying to think of. Joey Pants has he plays like a unsavory type in Last Boy Scout. And there's a scene where he's him and his partner are kind of punching Damon Wayans and him around, and there's a bunch of smart alecky jokes between the four of them. It's pretty funny.
I will always associate The Last Boy Scout with the movie 48 Hours for the sheer reason that it was recorded on the same VHS cassette in my home growing up, because it came on the HBO free preview weekend. And whenever that would happen, my dad would run up to the store and he'd buy a 4-pack of VHS cassettes so we could record the whole weekend of HBO.
I respect that. That's a good move.
That's how you rolled.
I love it. Yeah, free week, because they always showed the great movies that free weekend.
I mean, Last Boy Scout. That was arguable.
But the new release big blockbuster movie.
That is where I saw Gremlins for the first time. That's how I saw Fuzz Bucket for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite movies as a kid.
I'm trying to remember Fuzz Bucket.
It was very, very 80s fantasy.
Yeah. Okay.
It was weird. But a lot of those movies I saw for the first time strictly from preview weekends.
Yeah. Well, you know what movies that have, thanks to HBO, that have lived in my brain? Movies like the Kentucky Fried Movie. What's some other movies that were? Beastmaster. Really? Beastmaster was played ad nauseum there in the early days of HBO, and I used to watch it every time. Hollywood Nights is another one of those movies.
That's the thing with HBO.
That I watched many, many times on HBO as a little kid. That
like
I probably shouldn't. These were the adult themes and things were not.
Right.
You know, they're kind of raunchy. You know, it's like Porky's. You know, it's same level.
It feels
Porky's another one I saw ad nauseum because of HBO.
Right. It feels like when they first started, they only had like 7 movies.
Well, I saw all of them
right.
over and over and over again. I was a kid that, you know, and I was of that age where you watch things over and over again. You know, as a kid, you watch Grease, that like your VHS tape thing, mine's Grease, and I've seen it 1,000 times. That was the one thing we had recorded on a tape.
Right.
So when there was no tapes to watch, pop in Grease.
Watch Grease or watch paint dry.
Yeah. So, but then, and I told you about Super TV. We had that before before cable, and that was a delight too. Now that I think about it, I kind of wish we had Super TV still. I know we live in a world where everything's a la carte and all that, but it was kind of nice knowing it's like, oh, if it's 7 o'clock, Super TV's on, and we go to Channel 3 and hit that little one button on the box, and it goes right to Super TV, and it was literally like HBO or something, and they just show movies, and it was like same kind of caliber of HBO type movies,
right.
and then as I said, you know, later, but about 11 o'clock, they'd show the
racy stuff,
the movies that were in the guide. In blue, like blue movie, yeah. So
yep. I I've talked about it before. In one of the houses we lived in Rio Rancho, we moved in. It had this big gold satellite dish in the backyard.
Yeah,
one of the big ones. So we got all the weird stuff, like the satellite feed programming, the stuff that like the TV stations would get.
And you get in between the breaks, so you don't get commercials. You get whatever raw audio is being fed.
Well, certain channels you'd go to, and they were just like the place where the TV stations would go to get like the new, coming up on the next Sister. And it would run that, and then it would have that was the weird part for me, was because when you see those commercials, you always hear the coming up at 5 on Casa, Fox 2 or whatever. But these would have nothing at the end. It would just be the music playing, so
and they could put in their voiceover people.
Exactly, so they could put in their stuff. But that was very surreal as a kid. When like a commercial wouldn't have an end, it would just play music and then be out.
It's like, Family Matters, tune in tonight at, and that would be it. Yeah, Saturdays at,
and you just go to, or you get like the news stations where like it'd be like the reporters before they would cut to the live feed or whatever. So they'd be like sitting there like adjusting their hair, picking their nose or whatever. Those are always fun. But no, I bring it up because that was we'd have some of those channels would have like the sweepers or the trailers for the adult content. And it wasn't super racy because it was, obviously a commercial.
Sure.
But it was enough.
Right.
It was enough
to stir the young boy's mind.
For young me.
Yeah, I never had that. I kind of was jealous of people that had those because you go out like the Eastern Shore, you'd see them, and of course they get the feeds. Like I saw like someone was watching Larry King, and like in the middle it was just like Larry King like eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
And patting his hair and getting his makeup done. It was kind of funny. But anyway, it is 9:25. Probably should get our interview going, and it's about 20 minutes. It is 9:25. Before we do any of that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today. For the overnight hours, down to the single digits with some clouds, and then we'll be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently up to 19. Yeah, a balmy 19 here in Roswell. Humidity is at 57%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Sunny today with a high of 36. Winds will be out of the northeast 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wind chill advisory will kick in at 10 p.m. this evening, remaining in effect through 11 a.m. Tomorrow morning because tonight, increasing clouds with an overnight low of 6 degrees with wind chill values as low as -6. Winds will be out of the northeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Friday, cold, partly cloudy, high of only 26 tomorrow with wind chill values as low as -8. Winds will be out of the south at 10 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 14. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Then a little bit warmer for the holiday weekend here. Christmas Eve on Saturday, sunny skies and a high near 40 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Christmas Day, Sunday, sunny skies and a high of 51. All right, it is 9:27. We're going to take a 4-minute break and then play our interview with Donna Oracion from ENMU Roswell. Don't go away.
Let the countdown begin in 2022 on a high note at Big O's year-end sale. Head to Big O for our best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more from December 12th through January 8th. And right now, get a $70 Visa reward card or Visa virtual account after online submission on a set of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Plus, get an additional $70 prepaid MasterCard on installation purchase of sets of 4 Michelin passenger or light truck tires. No resolutions here. Just giant deals to get your car ready for the new year. But hurry, you only have a few days left to save. Go big at Big O during our incredible year-end sale, December 12th through January 8th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. Void where prohibited. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
9 of 10 people with pre-diabetes don't even know they have it. Left untreated, diabetes can lead to other health complications including heart disease, stroke, and liver disease. Don't put off your care any longer. Artesia General Hospital's Diabetes Care Team can help you make a personalized plan to manage diabetes or pre-diabetes and reclaim your health. Learn more or request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/diabetes.
The numbers don't lie. Crime is up in southeastern New Mexico. In 2021, Roswell had almost 40 crimes per 1,000, including larceny, assault battery, burglary, motor vehicle theft, robbery, and homicide. These days, the best defense you can get is having a locally owned company install the best security system available. That's Zena Security Services. They offer real security solutions for your home and business. When it comes to your safety, you need a locally owned, locally minded security company at your defense. Call Zena Security Services today. 575-626-3521. 575-626-3521.
We teach our kids to say please and thank you to total strangers, but we get so familiar in our marriages and families, we stop being polite to each other. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and my wife, Miss Julie Smotherman, for The Joy of Marriage.
In the love chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, it says that love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. We emphasize being polite to each other in our family, which promotes an attitude of respect and brings peace in our home. Remember your manners with the person you love the most. Appreciate the things they do for you and let them know.
Being polite to each other can help you avoid conflict. Let's be polite to strangers, but let's not give our best to the people we don't live with. Let's give our best to each other.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today 575-755-1000 or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Try true, trusted. Are you a motivated self-starter? Someone who hates the word no? Then Pecos Valley Broadcasting wants you to join our sales team. Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company and its family of stations are currently seeking part-time sales associates for the Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad areas. This is your chance to earn additional income, build relationships with local businesses, and create amazing advertising and sponsorship campaigns. Sales experience is a plus, but we'll train and mentor the right person. If this is the chance you've been waiting for, email your resume to gene.dow@pvbcradio.com to set up your interview. Pecos Valley Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
It is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, Donna Oracion back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Merry almost Christmas.
Merry almost Christmas and happy post-Thanksgiving.
Happy post-Thanksgiving. Yes. And early New Year.
That's right. Well, the campus of Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, is in the midst of their holiday break right now.
Almost.
Not quite.
Yet.
They're still taking a few more finals this week?
Well, the students are gone.
Students are done, but staff are still...
Yeah, we're still plugging away out there.
Kind of doing sign-ups and things for the 2023 spring semester here.
So, we're open through Thursday, the 22nd, at 5:30.
Okay.
And then we close for winter break all the way through January 2nd.
So if you want to register for spring or
talk to anybody in person.
Yeah. Or get any kind of work done, get financial aid or something. Talk about, curriculum, any of that kind of stuff. Get this today and tomorrow through Thursday are good days.
Yes.
After Thursday, though, they will be closed until 2023 for the holidays.
Right. So we'll reopen January 3rd, the Tuesday.
Good.
So, but again, everything is available online that you can register and apply and make an appointment with an advisor, that sort of thing. But if you want to speak to somebody in person, as you say, we will have that winter break closure. So we want to make sure everybody's aware.
You're probably okay if you're a returning student and it's kind of old hat for you to schedule for classes in your experience at this point. You can do it online anytime.
Yes.
But like you said, if your first semester is going to be here in the spring, or maybe you're just taking one or two classes and you need to enroll, you haven't enrolled yet.
Right, or if you have a hold on your account or for financial non-payment or something like that.
All the different reasons why you need to. And then, and of course, if you're wanting to talk financial aid and that stuff, really every student should be talking to the folks in the financial aid office.
They should.
I don't care if you're how affluent or broke you are. I think every person should go in there and apply for as much free money as you can get to help pay for your education.
And we've sent out information to students about all of the scholarships when we talk about this all the time, but our foundation has numerous scholarships that we award. This past fall we awarded over $40,000 in scholarships. So
thank you for all those folks playing golf and doing all those fundraising events that you guys do. This is what it's for.
And the people that have named scholarships in memory of somebody or in honor of somebody. And so if you look on the website, go to the financial aid and the scholarship tab, you will see all the list of scholarships. The foundation's scholarships have a deadline of February 10th, so there's still plenty of time.
But over the Christmas break, you can take care of get your prerequisites done, all the requirements.
Yeah, and they all have, various requirements. A lot of them do require the FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid.
That's almost a given for any.
Yeah, which is kind of a standard thing. It just kind of helps to set your level of need and what you can contribute and what you're eligible for, that sort of thing.
It's kind of it's like that. It's your foot in the door for all things scholarships. Anybody that's willing to offer scholarships, they're going to want to see that FAFSA form. So if you have not filled one out, that's probably step one. Get that.
It is, and if a lot of some of the scholarships are for particular programs. Some are for health education. For example, the Desk and Derrick that I'm just looking at now is for career tech program. So if it's welding, occupational safety, automotive, commercial driver's license. So if you have a particular field of interest, then you can find a scholarship that fits that. Some are just basically open. They're open to anyone.
And pretty much all of those career fields, they're literally waiting to hire people out of the classrooms of the college to work at various automotive tech, if various one of the here or welders. I mean, welders write their own ticket once they get their same with CDLs at this point.
Yes,
it really
always looking for drivers.
If you have no problem finding work and earning, your earning potential really is pretty good.
Exactly.
Upon completion of one of these courses.
Right. And then, of course, there's a lot of other institutional scholarships, technical training scholarships, displaced worker, teacher preparation, grow your own teachers. So, of course, teachers are very much in demand and in need as well. So if that's something you're interested in, a lot of civic clubs, Altrusa, we have a Crumlin Auto Group scholarship, Susie Van Winkle Memorial Scholarship. So just so many to choose from. And one of those scholarships is bound to fit you.
Absolutely.
So we're really... in a lot of these scholarships, they'll have one applicant or two applicants, and some of them, are great and they're awarded. Others, you think, well, if there had been somebody else, they probably would have received this scholarship. So we hold it, and then it rolls over to the next semester.
Well,
it's sad to see that.
When it comes to like financial aid and everything else, the philosophy that works best is throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. That's the mindset. It's like, even if you have a remote chance of getting a scholarship, if you qualify for one aspect, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Throw in an application. Why not? The worst thing that happens is they say, no, thank you.
Exactly.
No, we didn't accept you. That's it. At best, you just got free money that you weren't expecting coming in.
Right. and you probably would get multiple scholarships as well. We have students that get the Pell Grant, and then they also get several other scholarships, and before they know it, they've funded all of their additional costs. If the Opportunity Scholarship covers and the Lottery Scholarship covers their tuition and fees, then they need money for their books or just to cover any expense for transportation.
Even if you get like those one-time $500 or $300, hey, a couple of those, and you just got your semester paid for.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really, and so please, visit that financial aid. I don't care how rich you are or how rich your parents are or how poor you are, parent. I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean, sure, there's obviously finances come into play on getting more scholarships, but you know, if you're studying like nursing or studying something that's specific, a lot of, you know, entities will give you money just so you pursue that career field. That's free money for you. You know, so please take advantage of that. Research it. Right. It's you'd be a fool not to. You really would be.
Right, and our donors are so wonderful that have contributed to some of these scholarships, and they really are so excited when they see students apply for them and receive them.
Yeah.
And
I know
we get thank you letters. We require students to give us a thank you note or thank you letter, and when we send those, the donors or the organization are just so thrilled to see that their money is being put to good use and helping somebody to change their life.
Yeah, I've kind of seen the other side because, you know, I'm involved with other organizations and things, and American Legion being one of them, and I know we have one that we work through the college with you guys on, and I don't know all the details because I'm just kind of on the outside looking in, but I do know when we see the applicants and we see their applications, and then we talk to them, and we're honored to do it. But at the same time, it's really neat for us to meet the students and meet the, you know, and you know, obviously American Legion, there's kind of a veteran string with those scholarships, but it's nice to meet, you know, these like one of the recipients was I think active Army and was still doing some things and in the Guard or Reserve and parents were. It was just and then meeting this person, it was just a fine young lady that was really just a pleasure to meet, and it's great to, you know, when even, you know, it's nice. It makes us feel good when we say, hey, we gave $1,000 to this person, and you could see how appreciative they are of it. So it's really cool on both sides of it. So please apply. It makes us happy when you guys apply too. Trust me.
Yes, it does. So so again, those are all available on our website. And if you have questions, of course, you can call our financial aid office, of course, just through Thursday this week. And Kimberly is our assistant financial aid director. And we have other people that can assist you as well. Just the main number is 624-7400, or you can call 624-7114, or just call the main number 7000 and say, I need to talk to someone who's been financial aid.
Yeah, that's the main number to everything campus related. So if you don't know what party you're trying to talk to, you call that 7000, the main number, and they'll be happy. You even ask, like, all right, I want to talk about scholarships. Who do I need to talk to about that? And they'll be like, okay.
They'll direct you to the right person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have plenty of assistance there. But we have lots of great things coming up in the new year at the college. Of course, we have our Veteran Center that's in operation. We have our food pantry.
So glad to see those come to fruition here in the fall.
Those are all going, and they'll be serving even more students in the spring. We have a new student lounge that we are outfitting right now.
Nice.
We have it kind of right in the center of campus. It's actually right next to the food pantry, not far from the Success Center. Everything's kind of in the Learning Resource Center area. So we have pool tables that were just installed in there. We have a nice TV, huge flat screen TV for gaming and watching whatever.
So if people got a little bit of time between classes and they want to unwind a little bit before the next class.
And we've had feedback from students that say, they needed a place just to. We have a lot of study areas and places like that, but they wanted some place to maybe gather with friends and socialize, play
and not
some
feel
games.
like they're disturbing other people trying to study and stuff.
So we're really excited to have this new student lounge that will be opening.
Plus, I imagine too, for like some of the people that live on campus, it gives them a chance to go and socialize and interact when they're not hanging out in their dorms and stuff.
Exactly. So we're really excited to have that open as well. So. For the spring, we also will be doing, we have a grant to develop a career center and more career resources for students.
Great.
So that's been going really great in the fall, and they have more events coming up in the spring, just a couple of them. They're helping students with professional headshots, with business attire, interview skills, salary negotiation.
Nice. Landing jobs.
So they'll really help students with their career and placement needs and employment needs. So we're really... that's something we've kind of not done as consistently as we needed to. So we have a whole career center that we've set up through a grant, and Tanya Buxton is our career pathway coordinator. And so we'll be doing a lot more activities and workshops to help students make sure they're ready for the workplace and for interviewing and making sure they have their resumes and written properly.
Sure.
Cover letters, how to do that, those sort of things.
Valuable skills.
Very valuable skills.
Absolutely.
So, we have the education part and the training part taken care of, but just take that to the next step.
Absolutely.
And be able to sell yourself to an
exactly.
employer.
How do you show people that you do have the skill set to do the job they're asking? And that's, how to present yourself in a way. And I'm not trying to play, back in my day, old guy mentality, but the way we communicate is so different nowadays compared to it was 20 and 30 years ago. And let's face it, some of those critical thinking / speaking and talking on your feet and handling, which can be a very stressful situation being in a job interview.
Right.
How to navigate that and come out, looking like a professional.
Exactly.
And it's if you don't have experience doing it, you're not going to be good at it until you do it.
And just anticipating some of the questions that they'll ask and practicing how would I respond to this type of question.
And let's face it, as not all interviewers are skilled at being interviewers either, and so you got to know how to handle that. So if the job interviewer is kind of asking questions that are out of left field, how do you answer those without sounding like you're coming out of left field?
Like let's bring it back.
You know what I mean? Like some people,
yes.
Because you always get those questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, what kind of question? I mean, certain circles, but that's so like cliche, you know what I mean? But it still get asked,
right?
And it's like,
and a lot of interviews, of course, are taking place on Zoom or Teams, or so making sure you're set up for that correctly, if you have the right background behind
put on
you.
Pants.
And
I know you don't have to, but at some point you're going to stand up and expose yourself.
Pants are probably good.
Otherwise, you're going to end up in a commercial somewhere or at least on Twitter.
Right. True. That could be embarrassing. But yes, there are a lot of tips and tricks and skills that you can learn through a lot of these workshops.
Absolutely.
So what they'll do is they'll work with certain cohort students. They'll say, we're going to do a workshop for all the welding students today, or for automotive students, or or we're just going to have an open, people can sign up and come. So it's really nice to have that service available to our students as well, in addition to everything else we offer. But it's important to prepare yourself for the workplace.
Well, and that's all the extras that we talk about. That like when you enroll as a student at Eastern New Mexico University Roswell, it's more than just going to your class and then going home at the end of the day.
Right.
It's so much more than that. It's and not everybody has the same goals, and that's the campus is set up that way. Not everybody is there to get a bachelor's or associate's or whatever. Some are just there to enrich their own personal lives. Some are there just to get a certificate for a certain aspect in their job. Some are trying to figure it out still, and they're taking some classes to build up, something till they figure out what direction they want to go in. But everybody's at work. Some have gone through life and are pretty seasoned, and they're retired and looking to maybe broaden their horizons into something else, or do the bucket list. Let's do all the things I've always wanted to do and didn't get a chance to do because I was working day and night for 20 years. That's the beauty of this campus, and the resources there for everybody. Granted, not everybody's going to be wanting to hang out and play games and stuff, but there's going to be a lot of people who want to come and maybe get a meal or sit down and study in quiet because their house is a zoo and they want to get a nice quiet place to do that. And the campus offers all of that.
We do. We help kind of wrap around services, and we really do bring students into our family. It sounds a little cliche, but we really want them to succeed, whatever it takes to get them to where they need to go. So if they need extra tutoring or just need to talk to an instructor, if they need behavioral health services, if they need, a box of food to get them through the weekend, or if they're a veteran, if they just need a place to find some more help, for whatever they need for their future. So we really do provide a lot of services, and our students that do well take advantage of everything we have to offer. I mean, they should. Why not? That's why we're there. That's why we're set up.
And we have a lot of success stories because of that. So
we do.
So utilize it. That's what it's there for. And
so we're and of course the community's welcome to come out. We have a lot of facilities they can use for meetings, that sort of thing. Our Performing Arts Center is heavily utilized, and Our commons area is really nice. We're getting even more set up for true audio visual. We're putting in a new speaker system.
Nice.
We have big, huge flat screen TVs around so you can have meetings and different events. So we're really investing a lot of money into the campus. And of course, we have ongoing tree trimming that we've been doing. So you'll see there's a lot of areas that are just more wide open now. We've had a lot of dead trees cut, branches cut, just more aesthetic things. Our new campus lighting is wonderful. If you go out there at night now, everything's so bright and lit up.
Those are thanks to the bonds.
Thanks to the bonds. We are going to be doing some bathroom sanitation work in some of the buildings. So there will be some construction going on later into the spring on campus. So that might be a bit disruptive, but these are things that have to be done for maintenance and infrastructure, trying to keep that going.
And with the campus pretty much 20, all year round, with the exception of a week or two here.
Yeah, we're open all the time.
Yeah,
so that puts a lot of strain on all of our systems.
Absolutely.
So we will have some disruption in some things, but that's just the price we pay for progress. But again, our campus is really a wonderful environment.
Absolutely, yeah. Please, like I said, you got through this Thursday. If you want to come to the campus and talk to a live person or be but in the meantime or during, or if you can't make it there, you can always go to the campus website, roswell.enmu.edu.
Yes.
And you can do everything from sign up for classes to read about what all the services and things we're talking about here to schedule an appointment to meet with an advisor. All of that's there.
Right.
Don't forget to like and follow Eastern New Mexico University Roswell on Facebook. Especially if you're a student, every student should like and follow it, just so you can stay up to date on everything.
They should. We always post a lot of if it's interesting, informational content, we try and make sure it's something worthwhile.
Absolutely, and of course, if 'tis the season here with the weather and all that, if there's any alerts changes, that's usually the first place to go.
We will always post, and anything about a delay or a closure, we'll post, of course, on our website, but also on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter.
And we'll let everybody know too. But
yes, and then we rely on you guys to help us out as well.
But they usually social media is where it first starts.
Yeah,
popping up
it'll start there first.
Yeah.
And then, of course, classes start January 17th, so that'll be just around the corner.
And the earlier you sign up, the better your class selection and course selection will be. So do yourself a favor, do it this week, then you can enjoy your Christmas.
That's right. You'll have a stress-free Christmas.
Yeah, and then all you got to worry about after the New Year is getting your books and finding where your classroom is and all that good stuff.
Right.
So, very good.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Mike.
Merry Christmas to you and your family. And
you as well.
We'll see you in 2023, if not sooner. So.
Okay.
And if we can, anything else we need, let me know. We'll be happy to help you out there.
Thank you very much.
Good deal.
Appreciate that.
All right, it is 8:45.
News update. I'm Jared Sorello. A wind chill advisory out from the National Weather Service as temperatures are forecast to drop significantly tonight. The overnight low should get down to about 13 degrees, but add in that wind chill and it will feel anywhere from 0 to 5 below zero. Friday's high only expected to be about 27, with wind chill values still remaining at around 0 or below. If you must be outside, dress in layers and take precautions. Eddy County leaders have approved a $200 million industrial revenue bond for a new natural gas processing plant near Carlsbad. Commissioners approved the declaration of intent last month with Frontier Field Services for the Kings Landing facility. Frontier Field Services is an affiliate of Durango Midstream, which is based near Houston. A company spokesperson says the new plant will help move natural gas from the Dagger Draw facility in Eddy County. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
There is such hatred out there on the left. The people that seem to bear the brunt of this hatred in a PC world, a woke world, it doesn't matter. If you're African American and you're a conservative, it's just open season in terms of the type of rhetoric that is used so often against African-American conservatives. Yeah, we saw this happening to Herschel Walker. And it's said on the media on a regular basis, and there's no outrage, there's no consequences. We don't call for firings or boycotts or cancellations or any of this stuff. But I mean, if you said it about any other individual group, it would never be tolerated. It's the double standard stench that bothers me the most.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, do you want to improve your shooting? Of course you do. Now, you're going to love Mantis X. Now, they have improved my shooting dramatically. It is a must-have for every responsible gun owner. Now, the Mantis X is a high-tech but simple-to-use system used extensively, by the way, by the military, and it improves your shooting quickly and will give you the confidence in your ability to protect what you love. Now, here's how it works. You attach the Mantis X to your firearm. You connect with an app on your smartphone or tablet or Bluetooth. It gives instant feedback on what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to correct your technique. Now, the Mantis X is like a firearms instructor right in your pocket, and 94% of shooters improve within 20 minutes using Mantis X. And Mantis X is the best way to train at home. No driving to the range, no spending money on range fees and ammo. You're going to save a ton of money and improve your shooting. So start improving today. Just go to mantisx.com. That's MANTISX.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very cold air moving down the east slopes of the Rockies, and that'll be arriving in our area today and especially tomorrow. About 40, breezy and sunny today. For the overnight hours, down to the single digits with some clouds, and it will be staying in the mid-20s for the afternoon high on Friday, and a mix of sunshine and clouds. 30s on Saturday, 50s on Christmas Day. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The American economy grew at an unexpectedly strong 3.2% annual rate July through September. It is a sizable upgrade from the government's earlier estimate of third quarter economic growth. Slightly more Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week.
The Labor Department reports applications for jobless claims for the week ending December 17th inched up by 2,000 to 216,000 from the previous week. Jobless claims are generally viewed as a representation of layoffs. The 4-week moving average of claims fell by 6,250 to 221,750.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. The British economy contracted by more than earlier estimates between July and September. That according to newly revised figures from the UK government. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
At Roswell Honda, they want to earn your trust, then earn your business. Whether it's sales or service, their Spanish-speaking sales reps and service department techs will take great care of you. They have the largest selection of trusted pre-owned vehicles in the state, lower payments, and dependable vehicles. And if you need service, think Roswell Honda. With their multi-point inspection, you and your family can sleep well knowing your vehicle is ready for whatever the road of life throws your way. At Roswell Honda, they want to earn your business. 2177 West 2nd.
For people suffering with joint pain, simple movement feels like just taking a step feels like, and lifting your arm can feel like. Don't let joint pain be in charge of your life. The skilled orthopedic experts at Loveless Medical Group SCORE are helping more people take back their lives with some of the most advanced surgeries in the region. We're doing more than restoring joints, we're restoring lives. Call Loveless Medical Group SCORE today at 575-625-3300 so life can feel like, ah.
In Luke chapter 1, God sends his angel Gabriel to declare to Mary that she was going to bear the Son of God and that she was to name him Jesus. When Gabriel greets her, he says, "Greetings, my favored one, the Lord is with you." At the end of the visit, Mary responds and says, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word." She was professing that she would be the servant of God by giving birth to a son, the son who would one day be king. I'm sure she had no idea what it would take to be the mother of the one who would eventually be the perfect sacrifice. I have no doubt that her heart for service was evident, and it was evident to her son as she raised him to do the will of his Father. God also calls each one of us to be his servant by giving our lives to him. Let's remember this as we celebrate the birth of Christ during this week and reflect the example of service shown by Mary and by Jesus himself. Let us take those lessons to heart as we serve others as Christ made the ultimate sacrifice to save us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The 2022 basketball season is underway for your Roswell Coyotes and Goddard Rockets, and the place to go to catch all of it is KSVPTV.com.
Goddard, a little pressure here in the half court, and they force the turnover. Great job.
Head for KSVPTV.com and click on the Roswell Coyotes or Goddard Rockets tab to see it all. KSVPTV.com, Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, closing in on 8:50 or 9:59, about ready to wrap up the show. Real quick before we go, some closures for the city. City Hall will be closed December 23rd through the 26th and on January 2nd. Roswell Public Library will be closed December 23rd through the 6th and closed January 1st and 2nd. The Roswell Museum will be open to December 23rd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., closed December 24th and 26th, and January 1st and 2nd. The Spring River Zoo will be closed December 24th and 25th and January 1st. The Roswell Visitor Center will be closed December 23rd through the 26th and the January 1st. The Recreation Aquatic Center will be open December 23rd from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., December 26th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and December 31st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., January 2nd from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and closed December 24th, December 25th, and January 1st. The Adult Center will be closed the 23rd through the 26th, and December 31st through January 2nd. And finally, Roswell Transit, no buses running December 23rd. Main Street will run from 9 to 5. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being part.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. Heavy snow, ice, flooding, and powerful winds from Thursday to Saturday in the forecast for a broad swath of the country. From the plains and Midwest to the East Coast, a surge of Arctic air will be following. The Christmas weekend could be the coldest in decades. Meteorologist Ashton Robinson-Cook at the National Weather Service says a quick drop in atmospheric pressure is setting the stage for a bombed cycle to develop today, creating hazardous weather for much of the country.
Very strong Arctic front that's making its way through the center of the country right now. And that front is going to sweep eastward through most of the eastern part of the country. And we're also expecting a bombogenesis, or a very strong low pressure, to develop near the Great Lakes